and welcome to Ariana and the Elder Codex. We got a review key for this one through Keymailer. Excited to jump in and check this one out. I know it's some kind of Metroidvania. They do recommend gamepad, by the way, so I'll be playing this on gamepad. Some kind of Metroidvania of sorts. It's my first game that I've ever played by, I think the developer name is Idea Factory. Apparently they've made a bunch of games. I think I've heard of some of them, but I've never played in them before. We'll do normal mode. But thanks to Keymailer for the review key for this one, so we could check it out. I saw Jorf play this one, by the way. We saw Jorf stream this game maybe a week or two ago, and I was like, I kind of want to try it. It looks pretty sick. Oh, I've clicked the button. You have to click buttons to play video games nowadays. What's that about, man?
She granted humans the 4 elemental codices, tomes that send magic leaping off the pages.
Now, I could be wrong here, but I thought I read somewhere that the word codex is one of those weird words where codex or codices and codexes are both, I think, correct?
And a magic pen that empowers
or acceptable. They're both acceptable.
More of these brilliant books.
And of course, there's a classic case of octopus, right? Where octopi is actually incorrect, and the technically correct term is octopodes because of its either Greek or Latin roots. I can't remember. I guess Greek roots, but no one says that because that's fucking stupid. So octopuses is like the next most acceptable one.
After learning about the existence and concept of magical power, humanity authored many codices using that pen.
Anyway, so I think it's one of those where either one is acceptable in this case.
Known as the 3 phenomena codices.
Trying to have it like a consistent schedule, yeah.
Are said to hold power equal to the 4 elementals.
Mixtape, I've heard good things. Yeah, it looks really cool. I enjoy those kinds of games. I enjoy those kinds of more narrative, story-heavy kinds of games. I don't stream them very often, just because I feel like it takes a certain kind of vibe to be able to stream those games well, and I don't know if I have that vibe. I don't know if I'm like a narrative game streamer necessarily. I don't think that's like a thing I do very well. I don't know if I can make that very entertaining, but I like playing those kinds of games. So it's something I'd want to play for sure.
7 books are called the 7 Hero Codices. And the facility that manages and repairs all of these books is known as the library.
It's like Magica.
Now,
I mean, yeah, to some degree. Except we're a magical girl. We're an anime magical girl here.
an incident has occurred within the library. The largest collection of information and
Named Ariana Grande, obviously. I'm more of an Ariana tall myself. You know, Grande is like too much. Like medium, that's too much. I'll go for the shorter one. I know, tall is short, but you know what I mean. Starbucks drinks. Starbucks drinks, that's the joke. That's the joke. I'll just say it.
And just like that, magic has disappeared from the world.
So it's the opposite of Magica. In Magica, magic is like, oh god, it's everywhere and it's a problem. Yeah, the dude, so yeah. Yeah, what about Ariana Venti? That's when you got the big thirst for a big sip. Just like if you were here over the past couple days, you've probably heard me say before, apologies. You're gonna hear me, like, cough and clear my throat and be gross. I'm coming off from being sick, and I'm feeling a lot better, and I think I'm sounding a lot better than even yesterday. But I know it's still a little bit gross, and I try my best not to, like, be gross into the microphone, not cough into it, not be, like, you know, blowing my nose every fucking, like, 5 seconds, like, being loud and gross and sloppy as the gunk is getting slurped out of my nose like a fucking snot goblin. So I'll try to not be gross, but inevitably I will gross you out. It will make all of us feel, you know, I'll feel bad about it, and you'll say, no, Alex, actually, it was pretty gross the way you just fucking, you know, blew your nose, but you did it very sexily, and now I'm aroused, and now we have to deal with this, you know. I mean, that is inevitable, but otherwise, no, I appreciate you guys watching, despite my grossness. Alright, so looks like we already have, 2 little books, 2 little codexes, 2 little codices, and I think the implication is that means, like, we have power over those 2 things. So here we go, we got that one. We got fire. So there's no cooldown for the quick attack there. Not like a Whoa, was that a heal? Oh, it's a heal, dude.
That's better.
Oh, but that is limited number of uses. So that one has a cooldown. We have other things, but I can't use them yet. And, you know, I gotta go the wrong way. I gotta go the wrong way. I'm a wrong way kind of gamer. What can I say? Yeah, I think on the right-hand side, there's like 2 circles, and I use one of them up. I think that means we have a limited number of heals. Trees hate you. You know, I don't know if I know that one, actually. Trees hate you. Keep searching. Codex of Water. Oh. Move you can't move the camera a lot. Can you zoom? Zoom. In case you want to look at our protagonist lady. I like the little bow. Little bow she's got. I can keep zooming. Keep zooming, making it weird for everybody. You can move the camera around a teensy bit. Can you zoom and move? A little bit. It's not much. It's not much. Grossed out and aroused. Roused. There we go. There we go. Oh, it's like one of the rage bait games. Yeah. I don't do the rage bait stuff too often. You know, I mean, I like a lot of us. I tried out getting over it. I tried out God, what was the one where you're bread and you have to become toast? That one called. You start off as a slice of bread and you're trying to toast yourself. I can't remember. Like, I enjoy some of them, but it's not a genre I seek out very often. I am bread. Thank you, Will. There, thank you. It's like a lot of us, it's a genre I've tickled a little bit. Usually, if I'm playing that kind of game at all, it's with the co-op boys. It's the friend slop games. By the way, we should be good for tomorrow, and I think Alias said he's already got a pretty cool game lined up for us to play tomorrow. Magic attack. Bam. Nice. Can I just keep attacking his corpse? Just keep flogging that dead horse? There we go. No, I think Alias found a pretty good one. The nice thing is that, you know, Alias and Shake, you know, their viewership is, you know, I'll just say, you know, their viewership is usually higher than mine. And what that sometimes manifests into is there are opportunities that, you know, that they are able to get that, you know, that I can't necessarily reach, which is perfectly fine. But the nice thing is that sometimes those opportunities can coalesce into co-op opportunities, like co-op games, and it can mean that they get keys for all of us. Now, sometimes, like, there'll be a cool game that catches our eye, and they'll be, and you know, like Alias and Shake will be like, oh, hey, I got a review key for this one, and then Krath and I are like, well, we'll just buy the game. No, it's fine. And a lot of times for the friend slop, co-op games are not very expensive. It's never an issue, obviously. And I've got it, like, you know, I work a full-time job. It's fine. I have a disposable income. It's fine. But yeah, it is kind of fun where it's like, oh, hey, here's keys for everybody. We're set. So yeah, we got some pretty cool stuff we'll be playing tomorrow. I'm excited for that one. Fire! I'm gonna guess that there's probably bad guys that are weak to certain things, certain elements. Can I air dash, air dodge? No. It seems like there's no punishment for dodge spam. I mean, you can't like go crazy with it, but there's not. Yeah, like it's a pretty loose dodge spam that you can do. or you just press it once, or hold it to go into a sprint. Ooh, there's something else. There's that one, but if I hold the trigger... Oh, that's kind of cool. So that means, I guess what is this? Purple. We'll say electricity. So between purple, or maybe just magic, like Magic Blast, versus fire. It's kind of neat. Let's kind of press on other buttons. See what else we can do here. Okay, press that one. Alright. Very good, very good. It's just trees fucking with you, though? Yes, not a platformer, just trees being goobers. Bam. Poop out little gems. Whip. Yeah, the fire one is neat. And I like the arc that it travels on. It's kind of neat. The combat is seems like pretty solid so far. It's nothing like it's like fairly flashy. Yeah, recovery magic. We only have one charge of that left. The combat is like flashy enough. It's not like, you know, it's no Symphony of the Night necessarily. It's no Symphony of the Night with the presentation, but I'm guessing that we're gonna get like some cool stuff we can get with like combining the magic. And I'm more interested in seeing like, you know, enemies that are weak to this element and like, you know, juggling those kinds of situations. And I'm sure the boss battles will get weird as well. All right. As always, I don't usually like read stuff like that out loud, but just kind of peruse it. Go through the floor. I'm guessing that they don't mean like this floor here. They mean this floor. Kind of sad there's no duck. There's no way to crouch. Unless maybe we don't have that by the default. Maybe we eventually get a crouch later on. Maybe later Metroid will learn how to crawl. Why can't Metroid crawl? Yo, what's up, Farsight? Looks like a mobile game. Or a mobile game ad. I can see it. I mean, this game's been out for a month on Steam. And I'm not gonna lie to you, the reviews are not, like, amazing for this game. I thought it looked pretty cool. I thought it looked pretty cool when I saw Jorf streaming it. And he seemed to be enjoying it. I was like, you know what? This looks alright. I'll put my name in for a review key. And I got one, so I said, you know what? Give the old college try. So, no, I suffer no delusions being like, oh my god, this is the next Symphony of the Night. No, it's not like that. But it's looking interesting so far. We're still in the early parts. Starting a repair, okay. Yeah, I'm more interested in getting, like, other codexes, more magic spells, and more element types, and, like, building out... Well, maybe not building up, but, like, getting a bigger and weirder arsenal of attacks we can throw around. Paid review, lol. Let me think, have I ever even had an opportunity to earn money from, like, a publisher or a developer before? I don't think I've ever even had an opportunity for that. I wouldn't necessarily turn it down. I mean, I'd be willing to consider it, but I'd make it, like, super fucking obvious. You know, obviously, I'm technically being compensated, you know, by definition.
Let's go.
Of getting a review key. You know, receiving a review key means I'm receiving something that, you know, has a value. You know, it has a monetary value technically. But, you know, versus paid in, like, cold hard cash, right? Or like paid in some kind of contractual obligation, some kind of rate. So at that point, it's less of like a, oh, this stream features, like, content that is affiliated in some way with a third party, blah blah blah, versus, oh, this is a sponsorship, right? That's the S word when it's sponsored content. Ooh la la. Yeah, sponsored, or yeah, contractually bound in some way, especially if you're having to, like, read from a script, or if there's, like, you know, if there are certain stipulations you have to abide by. Yeah, it exists as shown. Yeah. Well, no, if this was a mobile game, also, it's good to see you, by the way. If this was a mobile game, ad specifically, yeah, you'd see the game, you'd see the commercial, rather, you'd see the ad, and you'd go, huh, looks interesting, and then you, like, look at the actual page for the game on the ad store, the app store, well, I mean, am I wrong? The app store, and then you're like, this looks nothing like the commercial, what the fuck? But the other thing is that you'd be watching the ad, and the guy would be like, duh, is this the solution? Presses the wrong button. Oh no, is it this one? Presses the wrong solution. Oh, this game's too hard. Maybe you can try. And I will not lie to you, dear viewer. I have seen those ads, and I have felt the infuriation of this fucking person controlling the game for the ad is driving me up the wall. I want to show him how it's done. I know the solution. Put me in, coach. Let me at him. But I go, Alex, don't do it. Don't get suckered in. Don't fucking do it. The temptations, man. I understand. Big boob succubus? I mean, no, Farsight. That'd be terrible. No, God, I hope there's no big boob succubi in this game. Oh no, I'd be so scared of them. Oh no, do you think they're hearing me right now? Oh no. Let's keep it up. It might be working. They might hear us. Yeah. No, if any big boob succubi hear that, we're very, you know, we're very vulnerable and fertile right now. we're very vulnerable and afraid and fertile and peggable right now. Our bussies are very moist. Greasy, come get your man. She's the big boob succubi I was talking about. No, I'm just fucking around. Oh man, it's like sometimes you see the bit, you go, should I do it? Yeah, we gotta do it, baby. We gotta do it. I gotta rage that shit, man. Exactly. Eggs fucking exactly. Hero Wars, don't you mean Raid Shadow Legends, baby? Or a Clash of Clans, or whatever the other hotness, whatever the flavor of the month that comes along. Degradation kink. Degradate. Oh, like being degraded. Okay. I was like, wait, degradation? Like the lack of support for software? Like that kind of degradation? The enshittification of the internet? That just makes me sad. So, defeat the monsters in the time limit. Defeating them, conquer them with overwhelming power. That's what we're all about. Alright, fight the bad guys. Hell yeah, get fucking blasted, idiots. What's the time limit? Is... I see it's counting up on the left. Oh, that's wrong. That's... Actually, I don't know what that is. 402, 4... Oh, that's like the currency we're getting. Okay, so that's like the thing that talks about our score. I see that says like, hey, we have an A right now. We have an A LMAO right now, but only... Oh, it's back. Only if we get it within the next 30 seconds. And we got that shit. There we go. We've repaired the rift. All is good. 5% of the water domain has been repaired. You get that. Oh, and a little max HP boost. Very nice, very nice. So you get that meta progression. Or no, not meta progression. You get that Metroidvania feel of like, you know, we have to like go around and explore it and find the areas to repair. In fact, we have a map. Map right here. I'm playing on gamepad, of course, but we also have mouse and keyboard, which is neat. We have mouse and keyboard to like look at stuff and kind of zoom in. Z and C. And kind of like zoom in, see like areas that you might have missed, or might need to zoom into further. Obstructing distortion. The objective over that way. But pretty cool. Pretty cool so far. Whiteout survival. I don't know that one. Oh my fucking god. Farsight. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm gonna guess that was. I'm not even gonna read that. I'm not even reading that. I'm not gonna dignify this. I'm gonna dignify this shit, man. Now, I know the Raid Shadow Legends thing is a searing hot meme. So, if that is a honest-to-goodness Raid Shadow Legends ad read, it wouldn't shock me. If it was a shitpost ad read, I would also not doubt it. It's the official script. I'm surprised there's a official script, like one official script. I would assume it would depend on the campaign. I mean, maybe that's the current one. Maybe that's the current campaigns. You know, ad campaigns script. Go in there. What's this? Inspect. Rest point. Is that a heal?
That's better.
Equip magic. Do I have magic? Well, I mean, I have this stuff, obviously, but is there more stuff? Yeah, no, I figure there's like, you know, when it comes to a content creator or a YouTuber or what have you, you know, signing the contract and making the deal with the devil. I know, it's an easy thing to joke about, but with Raid Shadow Legends in particular, I assume that when someone signs on to accept a sponsorship, yeah, there's like some, it's probably like, you know, the ad portion has to follow a certain portion of a pre-written script that they provide. Probably has to go a certain length, you know, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, etc., etc. I think they also encourage the streamer or YouTuber to like mix it up and not just like read the thing verbatim, but like, you know, introduce your own personality into it. Because, you know, I've seen, it's gonna sound silly, but I've seen like good ad reads from YouTubers that I follow where it's like, that was like, they integrated it well into the video. It was like, it made me laugh. It, like, I don't really give a shit about the product, but like they sold it in a way that didn't feel inauthentic. Like it didn't feel forced. Like it felt like it flowed fairly well with the video and like matched their sense of humor. So it seems like they do give content creators more leeway than I think a lot of us would expect. But of course, certain guidelines need to be followed, obviously. Kind of how that goes. Yeah, their own take. Right. But the obvious talking points, exactly. Then he said, just kill me afterwards. Yeah, they probably don't want you to do that. Like, they probably want you to, like, you know, do the read and then, like, you know, not be like, just kidding, guys, fuck this company. Like, they probably don't want you to do that, but, But yeah, I mean, it's easy to shit on that kind of thing. I mean, it's easy, especially for me, because I've never been well, that's not true. It's not that I've never been approached. I've just never taken it seriously. But I've never been approached by Raid Shadow Legends. And when I've been approached for like the mobile ad shit, it's always like, hey man, you can earn up to this number of dollars, this many hundreds, this many thousands of dollars, if you participate in this mobile ad campaign. But it's like predicated on, yes, you can earn up to this many hundreds, this many thousands of dollars. Yeah, if you have like 1 million views on the video, then yeah, you can earn a couple hundred, maybe even a couple thousand. But it's like, bro, have you not seen my metrics? Those are not the views I'm pulling in. And that's what they're preying on. They're preying on the smaller streamers that don't know what those like views, you know, what is it, ppm or views per, I don't know, like what it adds, what the acronym is to say like the number of views it takes to get like a reasonable payout. And they're just hoping if they get enough of those like smaller streamers doing this ad reads, it's basically free advertising. I mean, they're compensating the content creators, but it's such a small, like a minimal payout. It's like it's peanuts for what amounts to, you know, a lot of advertising. So no, I've never taken it seriously. But what I will say is I've heard, all jokes aside about Raid Shadow Legends, I know they're the ones that are all over the place and are inescapable with YouTubers and that kind of thing. Apparently they pay pretty well. Apparently, like Raid Shadow Legends, they got that Raid Shadow Legends money, and they have a pretty impressive advertising budget. So it's not just there's a lot of them, but I think the ones that sign up for their stuff get usually a pretty darn good payout compared to the competition, compared to Clash of Clans and, you know, whichever the other flavor of the month is. So as much as I loathe mobile gaming, as much as it's not my thing, I'm over here like, hey man, YouTubers, Twitch streamers, whatever, yo, fucking get that bag, man. Get that bag, get that paycheck, whatever it takes. That's fine. I don't mind it. And if it's Raid Shadow Legends, you know what? Go with God. That's great, because at least they pay their creators, I think, pretty well, all things considered. Is it a pox on gaming? Does it make the internet and the world at large a worse place? I mean, I think so, yes. I think mobile gaming is, you know, it preys on people's instincts. It preys on children, and like I don't think I think it's all just, I think it's like predatory and bad and like genuinely not good. But it's here no matter what, so it's like you might as well get paid out of it, man. I don't know. Maybe that's like, maybe I'm part of the problem by thinking that way, but I'm over here like, yeah, what can you do, right? We're all just trying to fucking make our way in life. So if a YouTuber I like is gonna do the ad read, cool. In fact, I won't skip that part of the video. I'll let her do its thing. I want them to get the views, so that way they get a bigger paycheck, especially if they're a YouTuber I really like. So by all means. Good thing I never get stuck ranting. It's a good thing that never happens in the streams. It's a good thing I'm always so cool and collected. I never go off into tangents. Man, that'd be embarrassing. That'd be cringe, and I'm never cringe. All right, so the purple one is neutral element. Neutral element. And then we have fire. Right. So if we wanted to, we could switch the fire fella for the shockwave fella. Right now we got the little right trigger. That's kind of neat. So no, we'll leave that as is. We do have this self-regeneration, and like we're seeing. Oh wait, no, hold on. So I was gonna say, I see there's like the little 2 circle. There's a 2 circle there as well. But doors. Right. That all makes sense. The cooldown is big. Yes, that much I understand. I assumed that meant we had to get it recharged, but maybe I'm wrong. Magic item. Got item! Alright, so what do we got? We have open slots. I love when my slot is open. I have big, gaping... What word should I follow up with? You know what? No, I'm gonna abandon that bit. That bit doesn't need to be happening here. Max HP. Yeah, give me that. Give me that shit. Yeah, bam. And then got the Chivo. Could be a magic item. Good. The power of healing magic. Good. Bam. Right there. Oh, but you can see it's not so much limited by number of open slot hussies. It's limited also by number of these things. You see these little guys there? These all cost 1 to equip. So it's not so much how many holes can you fill. It is the density of those hills of those holes. Right, Crane Culture? It's not the it's not filling the holes. It's what's inside the holes. It's not what's in the I don't know what you call these, the menussy. It's the contents inside of it. That's what matters. I know, I'm making it weird. I'm making it weird for once. Anyway, let's go and save the game. And let's hold on. Let's confirm that theory. So if I do the regeneration thing, and I see the cooldown is pretty long. That's better. And I see that on the right-hand side, in the bottom right, there's 2 circles, and one of them is empty right now. But I think it's because that's to indicate which of these you have equipped. If I press it again, okay, so never mind. You can actually use this a whole bunch, which is super neat. That's super neat. What's in here? Another tear. Let's repair that shit. Good to see you, Crane Culture. I'm coming off from being sick, so apology if I sound a little bit gross. We're playing Ariana and the Ariana and the Grande Codex. No, I know, stupid joke. But Ariana and the Elder Codex. This game has been out for about a month. Cool little Metroidvania, and I'm liking it so far. We're only in the early parts, so we're still kind of getting our sea legs here. I'm gonna assume that the story is probably not like huge thing. Like, you know, I'm reading the prompts, I'm paying attention to it. So far, it has been fine. The story, the you know, the plot devices. You know, it's I'm not gonna say like, yo, this shit sucks, but it's maybe not the most impressive narrative I've ever seen. But you know, when it comes to Metroidvanias, these kinds of games, I don't necessarily get drawn in by the story. Usually it's more the world building, or not even the world building, just like the world design, and of course the combat and the exploration and just the look and feel. So if the story is a little bit on the thin side, not gonna be a deal breaker, or even a deal damager. It's not an issue really. Go see if we can find the lady. So we're 10% through with finding the cool stuff in this little zone we're in right now. Well, time to burn this place to the ground with fire magic. Yep, that's how it goes. Nice little cozy log cabin. Burn that shit down. Is it open? It's open. Me sounding gross? I do that when I talk. I just do that when I flap my gab. When I open my mouth and or my ass, which I talk out of frequently. My mouth and my ass. Outer Wilds. I've heard good things. Yeah, I've heard Outer Wilds. I get Outer Wilds and Outer Worlds sometimes conflated, but yeah, I've heard. I mean, I've heard they're both good, but yeah, I've heard Outer Wilds in particular is really something special. Yeah, because the other one is The Outer Worlds. I think that's the other one. Yeah, so it's the being in front of it. That's a good way to distinguish. Oh, you can hold on. Yeah, so if you do a normal jump, AWOL dashing. Oh, I see. Yeah. So it's like a little. You have to hold it. Yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah. So if you release the dash button, it kind of cuts off prematurely, but if you hold it down, you get that momentum. Oh no, I still fucked it. Whoop. There we go. Tutorial. Magic combo. Okay. High stamina. Right. Magic combo. Oh, there's a scroll bar. This whole time there was stuff I was not reading because I didn't realize there was a scroll bar. Okay. Now that's odd that, so if they're water elements, they say use fire magic to accumulate their elemental value. Okay. Now you would, I mean, to me it makes sense that a fire elemental fella would be weak to water. I'm surprised that a water fella is weak to fire. That seems odd to me. Or maybe it's not saying that it's weak to it, but you can like combo specifically. Oh, that's a little bit surprising. Erase their memories. Right, yeah. Yeah, about that one in particular. Well, I've heard very good things. Yeah, and I don't know much about it, which of course is by design. You want to go in as unprompted as possible. That's probably a game where if I were to stream or if I were to play it, I would probably play it off stream. And it's not that I don't think that. Not that I'm like worried that people would like pop it and spoil it. I mean, there's always that risk, I suppose, but it's not necessarily a concern. I'd be more thinking like, no, I don't want to spoil it for others. Like, you know, I think it's a really special experience. Hold on. One thing I'm kind of curious about. Can you do like bop, 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 and then follow up? So yeah, maybe that's the thing, like another thing you can do to like maybe time things, right? In a smart way. They say like, do the fire thing. I'm not sure if I did it right. I mean, I just damaged him until he was dead. Blue elemental color have water element, so using fire will accumulate their elemental value, leading to an elemental burst. Does damage to surrounding enemies, yeah. So, and that's just when the yellow meter fills, right? Elemental value. Yeah, let's keep an eye out for that. Let's keep an eye out for that. That might be more obvious. Ow. Oh, I see it. I see the little thingy. Yeah, yeah. The thing is, they die before I can, like, pop it. Oh, that's nice. It gave me the suck. That was a generous suck. So that'll probably be more obvious with dudes that have bigger health bars. Or, like, bosses, that kind of thing. You can find what element they're susceptible to. It's just weird that they're water elements. Water elementals, rather. You'd think it'd be the opposite. That if they're a fire lad, you would use water against them. Following the ghost as they just slide along the ground. As ghosts do. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is like just a memory we're seeing, but it seemed like it was like an honest-to-goodness ghost. We'll see. So to the right is where we saw the lady go. However, do I get the stuff, or do I have to jump down? I think I gotta jump down. No, I landed in the place.
That's better. There.
The little healsies. And honestly, the regeneration's pretty generous. Especially because, like, I was thinking it was going to be like an Estus Flask situation where you had to get it recharged. But no, it recharges on its own, and it recharges pretty quickly, all things considered. There it was. That was the elemental burst. We saw that shit. We saw that shit. Oh, come back. There we go. Weak magic remnant. Little map preview on the corner there. Map. I was gonna see if there was anything else to the side there, but probably not. Now it's worth noting. We saw the rip over there. Maybe I should go ahead and do this now, actually. Repair the Poison Island. Poison Lake Island. Do it. Fucking do it, baby. Combat time. Put me in, coach.
All right, let's go.
And hiya. Good damage. Fucked idiot. Stupid head. Yeah, do the heals. Good. That's a lot of damage to those guys. But he feels really silly. Good. He should feel silly. I hope he burns in hell. Is that it? Real quick and easy. Very nice. Very nice. Use that to seal the hole. I cast Seal Butt Crack. Or no, not seal. Repair. Repair Butt Crack. Speaking of butt crack action, butt craction, if you will. Another my magic item slot has expanded. My magic item cheeks expanding, spreading even. I was hoping to do the fire, yeah, the explosion thing, because I think they can harm baddies. Oh, excuse me. There we go. There we go. So we got the other guy. Oh, I was hoping it would go. I was hoping he would go. He didn't go. That's fine. So yeah. So using the that'll probably be more important once we get like some kind of elemental quick attack. Right now, the quick attack we have is presumably neutral. Like, it's a cool attack, but doesn't have any sort of elemental associations. So that's something for us to keep an eye out for. To Whale's point, that's actually an interesting subject that I've pontificated upon. If this were an option that you had available to you, and you could like have a targeted lobotomy. I know it's kind of ridiculous here, but stay with me on this one. If there was an opportunity to have a targeted lobotomy to forget your experience with some form of media. Whether it be watching a movie, or watching a TV show, or playing a video game, or listening to an album, etc., etc., to re-experience a piece of media for the first time. You know, you play a game you love, you watch a movie you love, you listen to an album you love. After the first time, all subsequent experiences will be maybe not exactly the same. You know, it'll still be good, you'll still like it probably, but nothing beats how it was your first time. Is there something you wish you could like forget? And I mean truly forget your first experience with it, so you could come back around and repeat it again. I think my answer is probably no, because the stuff that I like so much, I like those memories. Like, you know, it's like Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, Bomberman 64, like all these games I love so much. The reason I love them so much is because of those memories. I think if I were to re-experience them now for the first time, and it like, I would go, oh, this game is cool, I can see why people like this, but I think it wouldn't hit as deep necessarily. What's this? Plant. Fire. Light it on fire. Burn everything. No. There's a thing to repair there, but I'm curious about this. Can I drop down? Fire! Can I attack downwards? Yeah. So there's something going on down there. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, it's an interesting thought experiment. I've wondered about that too. But I think for a lot of us, that is, I think a fairly familiar way to feel about it. By the way, we got some kind of fella, some kind of big boy. Is he a boss battle? Is he a mini boss? Is he a maxi boss? Is he a maxi pad? Is he a pissing shitter? Is he a shitting pisser? Fucking dead is what he is. Not dead. Oh no, he's dead. Alright, not too bad. I mean, so far, this game is being not super mean to us. It's being pretty generous. Not too difficult. We're just kind of badassing through this so far. I don't expect that'll last. I'm guessing it'll up the ante pretty soon here. But yeah, I would say this game is being pretty. It's easing you into it fairly naturally. That was short. I know the feeling. And then there's Chunky. He did look a little bit chunky, didn't he? So, Lord's fella. Lotus flower. Uh-oh. Don't like that. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not a ghost. Maybe it was just a memory. Like, I thought they were ghosts. We were seeing, like, how these people had died. Now it done did broke. Now it opened up. 55%. Oh, shit. So I guess this whole area is probably the tutorial area, basically. Sound command, yes, it's on my list. It's on my list of things to add as sound commands. One of many. I have many lists, or many things on the list, including Google. Show me these guys. Google. Show me this guy's balls. Eric Andre. Google. Show me this guy's balls. Or he goes like legalize ranch, and he's trying to like fucking chug a jar or a bottle of ranch. There's a whole bunch of Eric Andre and Tim and Eric shit on that list because I'm a fucking weirdo. What's this? Tutorial. Hiding alterations. Concealing stuff. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So I can probably go down there. However, what's over this way? Fuckers in need of a fuckinization. Keep an eye out for things that are hiding in the distance. Big damage. So we still have that little spot down below. Oop. Ow. Level up. Oh, there's experience. Good to know. Good to know there's experience. Good to know. I don't know. I'm not totally surprised by that. Yeah, I wonder if there's a way that I might cash in those levels. The ghost lady. Now the thing is, I see the fella here. I thought I already repaired that one. Maybe the portal sticks around? Maybe the portal sticks around. So maybe it's like you could revisit if you wanted to. I do like how that goes through the dudes, the purple fella. The little neutral missile, magic missile attack. I also appreciate that if the bad guy dies in a place that is unreachable, the little crystals will just jump to you automatically. I kind of wish they would always jump to you automatically. Oh, no double jump, man. That's fine, that's fine. Slowly descend. I'm going to keep an eye out for the dudes being sneaky boys. Bam. Oh, there we go. So he was hidden. He was doing something hidden indeed. Something hidden. Let's do that shit. So use mix it up. I use the Streamlabs chatbot. At some point I feel like I should try mix it up. I've heard that a lot of streamers use it and they seem to really like it. So I think that's one I should like just try it out and see how it compares. Try the competition. Cause yeah, it's like the chatbot's fine. Streamlabs chatbot's fine, but there's a very distinct possibility that there is unrealized potential there. And also, I haven't like really looked at it in a while. There's probably like scripting things that I could be doing more often with it. Probably like features I could utilize better. Stuff I could because there's stuff I've wanted to do where last I looked into it, Streamlabs chatbot couldn't do it. Like certain scripting things. Like I bet there's more of that capability now. Especially like seeing what some other friends do in their streams. It's like, yeah, it's probably like something I need to like sit down and kind of like try to tune up a little bit. Let's see, a little bit of lore drop about a spring goddess. And now that I know there's a scroll bar, so I was probably missing a lot of lore earlier.
Disney.
Got him. I couldn't remember if he said like got him, but I was waiting for it. These nuts. I kind of really appreciate that these nuts came back. And no, I don't mean that my testicles disappeared and re-ascended or re-descended. That happened months ago. No, that's old news. No, I mean the whole D's nuts thing. I think started in the 90s. I think that should start in the 90s with the Chronic. It was one of like the skits or like prank calls, what have you, and Dr. Dre's album, The Chronic. Maybe it happened before that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not where it started. But that's, I think, more or less where it like got popularized. If that was not the origin of it, it was where a lot of us first got learnt about these nuts. So like the prank was that you would call someone up and be like, yeah, I'm still waiting on this. Like waiting on what, or waiting on this, or waiting on D's what? Like it's like a setup. Like, yeah, I need this. I need D's. Like, what's D's? D's nuts, motherfucker. Then you hang up the phone, and your homies are going, oh, and everyone's popping off. And I know it sounds stupid, and I mean it kind of is, but it's part of the fun. Just a fucking goofy little gag for giggles, for goofs and giggles. Can I reach him? Can I reach him here? Not quite. You fucking blasted idiot. Activate elemental burst 10 times. There we go. So that was in like the 90s. Again, Dr. Dre's The Chronic, seminal hip-hop album from the 90s. And then like 15, 20 years later, it just kind of comes back, I don't know, maybe not out of nowhere, but it comes back unexpectedly in ways that are fun and unexpected. And it's yeah, strange times, man. Give me that stuff. Something you've been using? Yeah. No, I appreciate that, Well. Yeah, I might be in need. Oh, I might be in need of some stuff. Oh, that was a lot of damage. That's why the heals are still plentiful, because they can do quite a bit of damage to you if you're not careful. I guess the crystals are the experience, I'm guessing. And we're not even getting to how fat your nuts are. Yeah, that I think a number of lines from that voicemail sequence are also on the list. Magic item. So, nothing new here. Oh, that's magic. These are magic items. So yeah, no new magic items here. I haven't actually checked the regular menu screen here. So I'm level 4. I'm a level 4 librarian. That's not exactly a very exciting D&D character. Maybe it is. Maybe it is exciting. I don't know. These things, that's familiar. Yep. Got some key items. Okay. What's that one? Weak magic remnant. Okay. Spells. There's probably like crafting we'll be doing at some point later. So yeah, so I guess when you level, yeah, your HP goes up, your attack goes up. I'm not sure what SP is. Probably special, some kind of special meter, some kind of special points. Yeah, so presumably there will be some other sequence, some other thing that lets us use the remnants in some way, and of course we'll gain other magic things eventually. Yeah. So now that we've finished this sequence, what remains in here? Let's find out. I put myself inside. I'm coming inside. Here we go. So maybe they're not ghosts, maybe it is just a memory. Checkbox 12 is gonna be next year. God, I forgot that like 11 already happened. It feels like 10 was just like, I don't know, a few months ago. Good lord, I can't keep up, man. So 11 was this year. Wowsies, wowie zowie, nutty, man. 11 was last year, okay, but 12. Oh wait, no. Okay, so 11 was deep. Okay, you probably meant I meant October. Oh, 11 was October of last year, and 12 is this year. Oh, Jesus, that's nuts. Churning them out, man. I mean, as long as they're good, as long as they're not like rushed garbo, I'm okay with it. I know not every pack is like chock full of bangers, but most of them usually bring something to the table, something valuable. I'm the older sister. Quick break for me to blow my nose. Pretty solid, yeah. I don't think if I've played 11. I know I think it's either 11 or 10 where I don't own it, but I've played it at a friend's house. I think that was 10. So although I've not played it, I don't like own it, and I've not hosted it myself. I played, I think, most of the games in 10, like once or twice. Oh, she just died. That was where she just died. No warning, no like lead up to it. Just insta death. Nosebleed. I feel not good. Dead. Oh, maybe it was the poisonous pond that did it. Yeah, slowly being poisoned. That would do it. Oh, now we're getting, like, existential. And then God appeared and said, fuck you. I mean, I hope God wouldn't do that. That'd be kind of fucked. No, it's probably her mom. Oh, no, it's the goddess. Okay. Said, sorry, can't do that. Are we doing some Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood shit right here? Or are we going to attempt a questionable... A questionable... practice? Yeah, it's a pretty solid one. Yeah, when you're streaming it well, it would be pretty cool It's sometimes it's tricky for me to like. A lot of times I can pop into someone's stream and chill for a bit. I'm one of those. I'm one of those like frustrating people, or not frustrating people. I'm one of those frustrating. How do I say this? I'm one of those people that I think frustrates people, or it's like streamers that are trying to host Jackbox games. Like I'll be watching Aaron or Mallory when they're doing Jackbox, and I'll be in their chat, and they'll be like, "All right, who wants to join in? Who wants to jump in?" And I'll be like doing something else, probably hanging out with Gracie, but I still like have the stream up, so I'm supporting the homies. And they're like, "Alex, I know you're there. Don't you want to play?" It's like, honestly, I would, but yeah, sometimes it's like I'm like able to like watch the stream or be present, but not able to commit to you know, playing the games, that kind of thing. Obviously, if I'm in a situation where I can commit, then I'd gladly join in. But yeah, sometimes it's like, well, I can be here to watch, but look but don't touch. Trivia, we have to tell others. Right, yeah, I think I've seen that one. Arm and a leg, exactly. The very same. That's a good anime. That's one of those anime series where I've seen obviously I've seen the intro, and I've seen like most of like the first like a season, and I've seen like a bunch of the last episodes, and I've seen the last one, so I know how it ends. But there's a couple of like arcs and storylines in the middle that I have not seen. So I have this weird Swiss cheese perspective of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. At some point I'd like to go back and like truly watch it in sequence. I was that way with Cowboy Bebop for a long time, but I've watched all that like in order since then. I think I already read this one. Yeah, I think I read this one already. Yeah. We good. Out of here. Is that one? What I already went that way, didn't I? Isn't that old news? Oh, we gotta go back. Okay. Then we shall go back. Oh, the Holy Lake this time, not the Poison Lake. Oh, wrong one.
That's better.
Safe. Been safe, good. No save slots, by the way, so far as I can tell. One slot, which is fine. Not an issue, After the spring. Farsight says, hold up. Farsight says, hold the goddamn penis. Hold the goddamn phone. Something extremely important. In the Discord server. Look at this. Look at this fucking thick. This thick boy or girl. Look at this creature. Taunting us with its. Hold on. I want to say like pussy butt. But that'd just be like, I mean, I can't say bussy because that's something else. And I can't say pussy either because, all right, you know the beat. You know the joke I'm going for. Anyway. The fucking shape. And the fucking look. That cat knows what they're doing. That cat knows what they're doing. That look that says, I know what you want, big boy. Very good. That's a good image. Farsight, is that... I can't remember if you have any kitty cats. Is that your kitty cat, Farsight? Did you take this photo? I won't judge. I won't do it. That cat is half ass. Not half-assing it, but half of that cat is ass. The sheer girth and juiciness alone. Almost too much. Found it on Reddit. That's a good one. That's the thing, though, Farsight, without like any other context, or without like a link being shared, it's like, here's the image. I will not elaborate further. What's up, Trev? What's up, man? He says, what the fuck? I just got here and you're flash banging me with pussy booty like this? What the hell, man? What the hell? Yo, Nitro, what's up, Nitro? Mod anniversary. I did see that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I guess it's like some announcement that happened recently. I guess it's in the lead up to TwitchCon. Which I guess is happening in Amsterdam pretty soon here. that yeah, there's like a bunch of new Twitch features being added, and one of which is like mod celebration stuff, which is actually kind of nice. I'm glad that they're doing that. A little bit out of the ordinary, or out of nowhere rather, but it's better late than never. And yeah, Nitro, yeah, you are indeed one of my longest running mods. It's extremely true. Based and Nitro build. Love it. Love to see it. Appreciate you popping in and out, Joe. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well on this fine evening. So I see what happened now. So now we're in a different area. So earlier when we went through that little sequence, we went this way. We ended up in the Poison Lake. Now we're in the Holy Lake. There we are. Yeah. Yeah. That's how it goes sometimes, Farsight, I understand. We just have the one kitty cat ferret, who is mostly a pretty photogenic fellow, but he's also a little shit goblin sometimes, so you know. As cats often go. Red-eyed monsters. They're on the red-eye flight. That's an early flight. They're stronger. Made our combo to gain the advantage. Can launch them. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. So, bop, 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 bop. And then, bam. That's pretty slick. There's up combos. Like, bop, bop. Oh, there's a little ground pound. Cool. So you can do like bop, 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 bop. And then, little ground pound action. Can you do up this one? And now I'm like, yeah, what other combos are there? What other, like, things can I do? Yeah, I'm just kind of experimenting. Looks like that's the only other directional thing we can do, but that's pretty neat though. Pretty neato. Pretty neato. Bloop. Oh. Oh. They mad. Good. Ground pound the ass. Let's get that level up, yes sir. Yes sir. Blast the asses. He's out of there. Oh, I did 69 damage, by the way. Confirmed. 69 damage has been committed. Life is good. Good. Feels cool here. By the way, so I miss Grim. Yeah, I'm sorry, Grim. I'm reading this actually pretty late, but I saw Grim's their 40 streak, by the way. I feel like I miss the streak messages a lot. I'm coming up short when I'm missing the streaks. So yeah, Grim, if you're still singing, I appreciate you popping in, man. That's right. Yeah, you have to thank. Yeah. Thanks to today's sponsor, Raid. Yeah, we were talking about Raid Shadow Legends earlier. That's right, man. It's good to see you. No, I appreciate you popping in, bud. Okay, I was gonna say, if I've had the ability to get through these this whole time, I'm gonna feel like a silly. We need something special. All the ground pounds in the world can't quite give me the full deal there. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. It's gonna be other things to lead us there. We're probably gonna be about to get that new ability. Probably pretty soon here. There we go. Ooh, the Devil Snap Meerkat. The Devil Snap. Now, what's your definition for the Devil Snap Meerkat? I've been informed over the years that it's a danger nap if you go down for a nap without setting a timer. It's a danger nap if there's no timer set. But it's the Devil's Nap if it's anytime after 5 p.m. Have I been tempted by the Devil's Nap? Have I ever been tempted by the Devil's Nap? Of course. Take me to be some kind of holy, pious lad. Of course the Devil's Nap has tempted me on an unfortunate number of occasions. Successfully, no doubt. Successfully tempted me. Lured me in with its siren song, its sweet siren call. Has it gotten me in trouble in the past? Oh, you best fucking believe your sweet titties it has. Of course. Not like, you know, real trouble, but like, you know, you get the text message from the friends, hey bro, where are you? It's like, oh, sorry, had car trouble, you know, make up shitty excuse. Goddess 3. I'm sure we've even got Goddess 2. They're gonna announce Half-Life 4. Just skip right over 3. Yes. Once again, I'm not sure if I really want to engage too much with this game's story. I'm not gonna say like the game is like the story's bad or lame. That feels dismissive. But I'm having a hard time, you know, getting absorbed by it. I'm having a hard time getting drawn in by the story. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it's not really resonating with me. It does not spark joy. Is it bad? No. But I've felt more engaged by other games' story. I'll say it that way. But the gameplay is still good. Gameplay is still solid. The streaks, yeah, through the VODs, which is actually a really nice feature. I think it's really, really nice. Yeah, the VOD feature, where you can, like, watch, like, 5 or 10 minutes of a VOD, keep the streak alive, is pretty smart, honestly. Especially for, you know, like I've definitely seen in other people's chats, and, like, yes, like, so-and-so's been watching for, like, 150 watch streak, still going. It's like, damn, motherfucker, how are they doing it? What the hell? That dedication, man. 2.5 hours? Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's been times where I would do a nap, and then I would wake up, and I would look at the clock and be like, huh, it's been 3 hours. Was that a nap, or was that just a long, or was that a short sleep? Like a long nap or a short sleep? Yeah, Half-Life 4. There's two philosophies. Will Valve announce Half-Life 4 and be like, picking up right where Half-Life 3 ends, and everyone's like, what happened in Half-Life 3? Tell us. And there's just this enormous gap after the end of Half-Life 2 Episode 2 and this new thing that just completely is like, you know, like you see characters, you see Alex, you see, well, not Gordon, he's not going to say anything, but you see Alex, you see Kleiner, and they're like, Kleiner's like, well, goodness, the past events were so distressing and so jorbulating. You know, he talks in large scientific words, and jorbulating is a real word, as we all agree. Willikers. Well, golly gee willikers. Surely, Gordon, you have the answers, because the events that just transpired, I mean, we just can't fathom them. And the viewer base, the gamer base is like, what was it though? What was it? So that's one philosophy. The other philosophy, and this is, I think, the one I like, my friend Joe came up with this, is that, like, Valve will be presenting at an extremely unsexy not a press conference, some, like, unsexy, unexciting, like, tech conference. Like, what is it, GDSS, like, game developer, something, or, well, literally something, no, like, or GDC, game developer conference, that's what it's called. They're presenting at game developer conference, GDC. They don't do, like, press releases at GDC typically, or if they do, it's for, like, you know, a new, I don't know, fucking microchip, or, well, it's not that it's boring, but, like, you know, like a new toolkit for developers. Like a new toolkit for developers gets announced at GDC. Big fucking deal, right? Not exactly headline generating stuff. And Valve will be doing a presentation, or a developer from Valve will be doing a presentation about the Source 2 engine. Like a retrospective of the Source 2 engine's development cycle. And they'll be getting really like down into the nitty-gritty of the technical details. Really, like, getting into, like, yeah, when we implemented this data structure, when we utilized this design practice, what they call design patterns. When we utilized this design pattern, we implemented this functionality of the Source 2 engine, blah, 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 and the audience is falling asleep, except for the 3, like, mega nerds for the Source 2 engine that are, like, super excited and partially erect. And then, like, 37 minutes into this 4-hour presentation, the developer's like, yeah, and we really spent a lot of time fine-tuning this class that we've implemented here. We really wanted to make use of it because it really served us well when we were finishing up Chapter 7 of Half-Life 3. Anyway, next slide. If you want to talk about this next thing over here, and they just never mention it again. They just say, like, oh yeah, this was great when we were wrapping up Half-Life 3. Anyway, though, enough about that. Let's talk about this next thing. And then suddenly everyone's like, and they're like, oh, whoa, we have questions. It's like, oh, sorry, no questions. We're already short on time. Sorry, guys. And, that's just how it goes. And everyone's like, did they just fucking announce what? So that's the one I want. I want them to just, like, say it as a complete, like snooze fest of a conference, and it's like a barely registers as a footnote, and, like, 3 people in a room full of, like, 50 people even notice it, and it just causes people to just completely shit their pants. That's what I want to see. Yeah, time skip after Half-Life 1. Just missed the invade. I mean, I mean, are you wrong, Ace? Is he wrong? I mean, that is kind of how it went. Yeah, I love Half-Life 2. I love that game. I love Half-Life 2, and I love the episodes. Yeah, he did kind of show up late to the party with Half-Life 2. Gordon pops in, he goes, "Oh, am I late? Did I miss some shit? Sorry, boys." He missed a little bit. He overslept. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, yeah, you're right. They ported Team Fortress 2 to the Source 2 engine. Yeah, because the Source 2 engine's been done for like, I don't know, 10 some odd years or something like that. It's been a minute. It could happen. It could happen if they weren't afraid of the number 3, which, I mean, it is kind of scary. But do you truly agree to this? So I guess the idea is, you know, the ghost from the younger sister is because she actually died. We saw her die. And then the ghost of the older sister is like, you know, she's sacrificing herself to bring the younger sister back. But if the younger sister is also a ghost, I mean, maybe this is not all... Again, maybe these aren't ghosts. Maybe they're just, like, memories we're seeing. But, like, if the end result is they both die, then it's like, well, that's just tragic. Was it just a test or like actual development? Well, that's a fair point. I haven't played Team Fortress 2. Oh god, in like 15 years, and I've only played it a handful of times. It's a cool game. It just wasn't a game I ever stuck with. I'd play it at like LAN parties or play it with friends. Every once in an extremely distant and blue moon. But yeah, I just never stuck with it. Whereas I have some friends who that game occupies a part on their Steam list that says like a 4-digit like a 4-digit number of hours in playtime. And not that that's bad. I'm not looking down at that at all. I think it's actually pretty cool that that game means so much to some folks, but it's not one I stuck with. Question mark? Oh. Whoa. What'd that mouth do? Boss battle? Like a big boss battle? Oh shit. Is it like the corrupted goddess or something? She's got tree hands. Does that mean I can use my fire magic to burn her shit down? Woo. Whoop. Nice for her to project where she's going. Proceed that. Whoop. Yeah. Trying to build that meter. But I already just met her. Yeah, like that. Yeah, good damage. Oh, she's stunned. Oh, she's sad. Good. Heals. Oh, water? Raining? Why rain? Oh, second phase. Oh, I just noticed the spirit of light rain. Wait, are we saying the spirit of light and rain, or the spirit of like a light shower? Ah. When you say light rain, do we mean like something less than a thunderstorm? We mean like, you know, a 20% chance basically? Ow. This has gotten significantly tougher, but we still have lots of heals, so we are doing just fine. It's gotten tougher for sure, but I'm still feeling pretty confident. Hence my willingness to shitpost while it's all happening. Can I just break those? I think I can just pop them. I can just pop them. That's a way to get rid of them in a safe and reasonable format. Ow. Oh shit. That'd be enough to kill? It might be. No, not quite. That'll be enough to kill. Right there. There we go. We got it. Not too bad. Not too bad. Power of the drizzle. Speaking of drizzle, get that hydration. That's right. Drizzle in my thrussy.
Somehow,
Somehow I managed to beat it. Not a super tough fight. Not a super tough fight. Good. That second phase was a little bit tougher, but we got that shit. Good.
I still have to repair.
Don't get a ton of voice acting in this game, but we get it sometimes. Oh, just kidding. I'm dead. That's game over. We beat the whole game in one sitting. Can you believe that shit? No, not really. Ariana Grande awakens to her tour manager saying, You overslept past your alarm. I gotta get ready for the show. You know, the fucking the backup dancers are ready. You know, we got the costumes all ready to go for the show. Here's the set list. Here's your rider guaranteed what was it, like, cooler full of exclusively orange Gatorade. And your jar of M&Ms with the brown ones removed.
Ariana.
Who?
Miss Grande, we gotta get you going. Gotta get the show up on the road here. Paying customers in the arena are waiting.
Hear my voice?
Yes, but who are you?
Whom is this little fella? Are you the Elder Codex?
You can hear me? Oh, thank goodness. I finally reached you.
Huh?
Even though the book is just partially repaired, some magic power has been restored. You defeated that monster. So if you can complete the rest of the repairs, then
What are you saying?
Oh, I'm sorry. Thanks to you, the magic power within this codex has entered the world again. You did well, Ariana.
How do you know me?
I know everything.
Everything.
So, you're a god?
I'm the
I'm
god.
no god, but I am capable of helping you at least.
That's right. I'm almost late for anime school. I love that one. Yeah, the toast in the mouth
You
thing.
can help me?
You used most of your energy while fighting that beast.
Wasn't that hard of a fight. Let's be real.
There's one more thing you have to do.
Not be dramatic.
Please hang on for a little longer, Ariana.
All right. All right. We're up.
What? Did I pass out?
Okay, maybe that was a danger nap. It is dark out. It's probably after 5 p.m.
Happened. But I'm still alive, so there's that.
All right.
I still have a job to do.
We repair the terrace.
God. I, the librarian Ariana Virelis, command you, repair this story to its original form.
And boop. Nice and easy. 85%. That was a big one for sure. There's still some extra stuff we've missed. Most likely locked behind those areas that have like the breakable blocks. Well, they're not breakable right now, but once we get whatever ability is required to break them, they will be breakable. Oh, here we go.
Lost everything in war, and she mourned deeply. She lost herself and held darkness in her heart, which became a hollow shell. She was trapped and powerless in this self-made prison. But her younger sister's care shone light on the darkness of her heart, and her shell was close to breaking. By a cruel twist of fate, however, the younger sister's light was snuffed out when she fell to poison.
Right. So the creature we fought there was not a corrupted goddess. It was like the spirit of the older sister that had. Or no, spirit of the older. Yeah, older sister. I think older sister.
The older sister, deprived of her light, searched for salvation from a deity. Her prayer was heard by the goddess, and the older sister traded her own life to save her younger sister. Moved by the older sister's love,
Oh,
the goddess
okay, maybe not then. So I guess that's the question is, what the fuck do we fight then?
And so the world was filled with the power of a new element.
That's the origin story
A devoted heart gives
of the light
itself
shower.
selflessly,
The light rain.
sacrificing.
Now, just so we're clear, if the term, you've heard the term like, oh yeah, check the weather channel, check your phone, it says, oh yeah, chance of light showers. Suddenly a piss enthusiast hears that and goes, wait, a light shower. Golden shower? Light shower? Light is golden? I'm just saying.
Thus goes the
Might get
story
people the wrong
of
idea.
Magic of Water, and one of the 7 hero
Or the extremely correct idea. Grand Chase. I don't think I recognize that one. Grand Chase. Yeah, the combat is pretty solid. It's like pretty solid. The again, I'm having a hard time really feeling invested in the story so far, but you know, a lot of times folks like myself and I think a lot of the gaming public doesn't necessarily get drawn into a game like this from the story. Usually it's the gameplay, usually it's exploration, the Metroidvania elements to it.
Ariana.
That's what, you know, keeps you coming back for more. And the combat's like pretty solid. Look at this Alucard looking motherfucker. And I'm looking forward to getting more magic and more elements and more ways to mix up the combat. Like right now it's pretty cool, but I bet it's gonna get even cooler soon.
Place like this.
Elsewhere, gotcha. Yes, that one does ring a bell. Yeah.
I apologize.
Is something wrong?
Berkeley.
You injured?
Last name University. Or last name California.
I'm fine. I finished repairs successfully, but
I mean, so Trev, if nothing else, I don't know if this helps, but the developer for this game is called Idea Factory. I think it's named the developer, Idea Factory. It's a company, obviously, and they've made a bunch of games. So it's entirely possible that maybe it's the same developer or publisher, maybe.
So what might be the matter? Were there any issues afterward?
I think they've made a bunch of games, and I don't think I've ever played them before. I think this is my first one by this developer. I don't think it's like part of a grand like universe. I don't think this would be related to the other games they've made necessarily.
well, it was tougher than usual, you see. I've never done such a brutal repair.
But it might not be a coincidence necessarily.
Please go on, and don't spare the details.
Actually, I think that character art's pretty good. These two models here.
So you were assailed by vicious monsters. That does sound rather challenging, but repairs conducted within codices are always such. You are a foreign entity within the Codex's story.
If this guy's gonna turn out to be a villain,
Is only a natural recourse for
he appears to be on our side for the time being, but will reveal himself as being secretly against us later in the story. Energy.
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Was that game pretty good? Grand Chase and or Elsword? Elsword?
Many codices depict conflict between humanity.
I recognize Elsword, but I don't recognize the other one.
They've put me in dangerous situations plenty of times. But this time, the dangerous situation itself was the unusual part. Or, well, it's more like the Codex itself was peculiar.
So you propose that it was different from other codices, yeah? Well, of course, these are not any average tomes that you're repairing. That book contains more power than tens of thousands of normal codices combined.
The well knows Elsword as well.
One of the 4 elementals.
The good old days, man. Yeah. I got it. That's fair.
If that were
But they're
not
older
how
games, though,
it
for sure.
altered, it's little wonder that it would seem atypical.
Okay, but yeah, so Grand Chase was an MMO, and Elsword was also an MMO. Okay. Obviously, this game is not an MMO. This is more of just a something akin to a traditional Metroidvania. Although I think the reason this has mixed reviews on Steam, one of the reasons this game has a mixed review on Steam or rating on Steam, is that some of the folks were saying that the Metroidvania aspects of this game felt a little bit underbaked compared to some of the other ones. There's just a lot of Metroidvania games on Steam, so the bar is set pretty high.
I understand that too, but
I get that.
I mean the monsters that attacked me were more violent.
Yeah, they were both MMOs though.
The Codex's alteration.
And so the gameplay though, yeah, gotcha. Because yeah, the MMO paywall, whether it be like a literal paywall or like a soft paywall where it's like, well, the grind is just not really worth it. It's like you kind of need that premium subscription.
I have no way of knowing. You are the only one capable of entering.
I know how that goes.
Experiencing its story. If you are saying this, then it must be so.
Ugh.
was very strange and very risky. I've been in plenty of sticky situations before, but they were easy to handle with magic. But this time around...
You seem quite fatigued.
I'll admit, I can feel my focus on this dialogue here slipping a little bit.
I'm fine.
Do not overextend yourself. Your task is understandably trying.
Like I know, like I try my darndest to do my due diligence and
Well,
you know,
I did, but...
do the game the dignity of honoring the story and trying to keep up with it.
Your repairs are something
Sometimes my wandering eye lingers, or doesn't linger. My wandering eye wanders. Cosmetics and can have more sets, right? Yeah.
You aren't simply adding ink to faded letters or restoring torn pages.
Googly eye. Wait. Googly eyeglasses. Ah, right. Okay.
Enter the Codex and directly repair the story written inside. It is 10 times faster than a regular repair. Due to this, it consumes
Starting to, like, hold together.
stamina and magic power. That you're exhausted is to be expected. So you should rest for today, Ariana. But not here, but in your own.
We got a slight smirk from him.
Berkeley, sir?
What is it?
This alteration incident... We're calling it an incident, but...
An incident.
Is there any connection to the monsters appearing inside the Codex? I have this hunch that the culprit wove some kind of plan into their alterations.
But of course.
Culprit, you say?
It would be odd if they lacked a motive. This is an act of terrorism against humanity. Thanks to this scoundrel, magic has been lost to humanity. The impact is incalculable.
The problem is that I lowered the voice of the volume down a little bit. So that way, like, when we're in combat, we're not hearing the characters' audio lines constantly. Or like, hup, ha, hoo, like those kinds of noises all the time. But the downside is that means in the cutscenes, some voices come in really low in the mix, in particular his.
Why did the culprit do this?
Like hers comes in pretty high, because her upper register.
You'd have to ask them directly. However,
But his is much lower in the mix.
to search for them. It is mine. That they were able to alter the codices at all falls on me as the library director.
Actually, Farsight, I've got it figured out. I've got it. So, this dude, he looks like a regular dude. He's actually not. He's a construct. He's a construct. He's not actually a human. He's just a construct that is like trying to look like a human. So instead of like this being his eyes, like this is his head. This is his head right here, and these two right here, those are his eyes, and this is his mouth. This is what he's talking out of. He's just trying to like blend in, like a mimic basically. But he's be like, yo, bro, eyes down here, bro. Come on, right above, right around the shoulder length there, or shoulder height. So 2 eyes, mouth, hair over here, or maybe ears. I think we cracked the code, man. I think we got it.
Your only task is to return magic to the world once more.
I understand.
This is merely conjecture, but I suspect that the monsters that targeted you were embedded there by the perpetrator. If you alter a codex, it follows that a librarian will repair it. In other words, they expected that you would arrive.
Yeah, Castlevania character. Well, this game is, of course, of the Metroidvania genre. If anything, he looks like the guy we'd be playing as the protagonist.
The culprit knows about me?
The dude on the right instead of the lady on the left.
The only one capable of entering codices? That can't be.
Oh man, we watched that movie last year, Trev. It was Grace's first time watching it.
That would mean
Still a banger. Still holds up.
monsters in the Codex from...
Still holds up, man.
It makes sense when we view it from this lens, though it remains a theory. Since there was danger within the Codex of Water, we should assume...
Do I get water magic now?
...will be the same. Are you worried?
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't, but...
A long cutscene. Like I'm as a Morrowind enjoyer, it's kind of hypocritical. I almost said hypothetical. Hypocritical. For me to be like, wow, this is kind of long in the tooth, right? A little bit long-winded. It's like, bro, you're a Morrowind enjoyer. You have no right to shit on a game for being long-winded, but I don't know.
I know I'm the only one who can do this, so I'll overcome my fear.
Like, I could just skip it. You know, there's nothing forcing me to watch, to you know, go through all this.
It seems you've inherited that from your father.
But, you know, I'm like I said, I'm trying to do my due diligence. I'm trying to follow along and engage with the story.
That courage, that heroism. I'm musing that it was passed down to you from him.
I read something not too long ago that said when it comes to world building, if you're trying to write a story for a movie, a TV show, a video game, a novel, what have you,
Was my father a brave person?
if there's world building that you need to establish, and if there's stuff you want to exhibit to the viewer, exhibit is that the word? Stuff you want to expose to the viewer. Exposition is what I'm getting. I'm getting into the word exposition. That's what I'm trying to arrive at.
Very much so. He had quite the sense of justice.
If you're trying to, like,
I'm sure that's
get the viewer or the reader or the consumer caught up to speed on some aspects of, like, here's how this world works, here's, like, historical context for certain things, certain situations. You know, you watch the newer Dune movies, right? You watch the first Dune movie in particular. There, you know, there's some world building stuff they have to establish before you get into the nitty gritty. How do you do that without losing them? Without losing the viewer or without losing the player? Because this is kind of losing me. It's kind of losing me.
Is something wrong?
And it's tricky. It's tricky to do that right. It's tricky to, like, say, all right, bro, here's how this world works. Like, or at least here's a primer for how this world works without overwhelming you, and also without making you feel like 5-10 minutes in, you're going, what the fuck is going on? Why is this tree talking to me? Why is that guy walking on the ceiling? Why is this a thing? Like, why is this so unfamiliar to me? And nothing makes sense.
No.
Versus, okay, I just had to sit through a 2-hour dissertation from the protagonist, or the narrator, and I had to watch a 36-episode prequel series to understand this, and and, like, you know, and play a spin-off game on the DS that is in between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 to understand why this one character shows up in Kingdom Hearts 3, like, you know, that kind of shit. I know I'm shut on Kingdom Hearts a little bit there, but
I wish
it's hard. It's hard to do that right.
Considering
It's hard to do that right. And what they said at the end, if this kind of discussion is like, you want to make it not feel like you are just dictating a Wikipedia article to them, to the viewer or to the player.
My parents aren't dead.
Like, if you're not trying to, like, go through the
Somewhere
checkbox
to be, for a reason.
of, like, I'm gonna tell you about this one, and then this item, and this, and this, and this, and just, like, kind of go down the list. It's like, if you're treating it like an encyclopedia or a Wikipedia article, and you're just, you know, just dispensing information,
that may be true. There is no proof that they've passed on.
and that's not always necessarily effective storytelling, and you're probably gonna lose some people in the sauce. You're gonna lose some viewers,
I'm sure of it.
lose some readers,
Even
lose
if I
some
don't have any
players,
evidence to prove it.
and, like, understanding your story and making sense of it.
I suppose it simply means that they haven't been found.
It's hard to do it right.
Speaking of which, that pen I gave you.
Pen? You mean this?
Your father used it when he was a librarian.
Really?
Still going, by the way. Still going.
Now you have been given an important responsibility as well. But you aren't alone. That pen and your bond with your father is always with
I think we're nearing the end, though.
you. Never forget.
Yes.
And though I'm sure it will be difficult, I will be relying on you to continue making.
I remember having this feeling when we were playing, I can't remember the name of it, but it was a Dare Drop game last year, and we had a similar kind of thing where the world building just felt like it was just NPCs just kind of talking at us, being like, oh, that monster over there is important because of this historical thing that happened, and like, oh yeah, that temple is important because this why. It's like they're telling you things are important versus showing you why things are important. And this guy is kind of like just
Yes.
talking at us, and you know, I mean, she's conversing as well, but there were all these things they kind of just dumped on us, and the significance was just the game saying, you know, here's what you need to know, here's why these people are important, here's why these interactions are important, versus showing it to us, you know, or demonstrating it to us. And that's harder to do, and more expensive to do because, you know, cutscenes and in-game sequence, that kind of thing.
Mom. Dad.
But, you know, I feel like I'm kind of checked out already from this game's story. Trying my best to follow along.
Lend me your courage.
But show or demonstrate versus just telling you, you know, in a sequence like that, it's just not going to land as quickly. This conversation could have been an email. Is Trev wrong? Is Trev incorrect? I don't think he is.
Have you returned? Oh.
The name is Vester.
Please come in. Very well.
Could have been background, exactly. I don't know why we're having a dark screen for this part. Nier Automata does a good job, yeah. And of course, you know, Nier Automata has, you know, that's very much a higher budget game than this one, obviously.
You seem weary.
This is very much an indie game. But I know what you mean though, Crane Culture. Like, some games do that world building and do that like exposing to the viewer, that exposition effectively in a way that doesn't, like, you almost don't realize you're having the world building dictated to you. It feels more organic, feels more natural. Versus these dialogue sequences that go on for a long time. It's easy to kind of snooze through some of them.
Stamina than usual.
That sounds quite draining. Here, I've prepared a meal for you.
Thank you.
Sup, Elgaso?
You're the
Playing a
only
cool
one
little
who knows
Metroidvania,
the
although this cutscene is a little bit long in the tooth.
No, that isn't true. The staff of the
We just beat the
library
first boss, so you
all
know.
about you.
We're being rewarded with some world building.
I really think you
Exposition. It's a little bit long-winded.
No.
The Tales of series. Yeah, that's a good example too, Trev. Yeah, I remember like Tales of Fantasia, Tales of Symphonia. I legit enjoyed those sequences.
Goodness.
Those sequences were also kind of long sometimes, but I did find them engaging.
Now, please enjoy your meal before it gets cold.
Thanks. What did you cook today?
Like, I think the art's good, the character designs are good,
Just soup?
but
I apologize, my lady.
well, I don't think this has to go on quite this long. Yeah, extra long anime cutscenes, yeah.
Even the distribution of goods.
Well, it's not even a cutscene is the thing. It's not even an anime cutscene. It's just two character portraits just kind of going back and forth. There's an anime inspiration here, obviously, but, you know, it's not even like an animated cutscene, right? Anime presumes animated. It's not even animated, bro. It's just two portraits going back and forth.
You don't need to apologize. Everyone around the world is going through the same thing.
Lloyd Genus, right there you go, Trev, dude. That'd be a good game for me to replay at some point. I don't know if I would stream it just because I think that would probably put some people to sleep. I love the Tales of games that I've played at least, but I know they're long games. And, you know, any JRPG runs the risk of overstaying its welcome when you're streaming it. Just because you're seeing the same combat over and over again. You're seeing random encounters, that kind of thing. But I love that game. I love Symphonia. Good fucking game. I think Fantasia's still my favorite, though. I think Tales of Fantasia. I think that actually might be my favorite JRPG I've ever played. Although Mario RPG is up there, too.
My lady.
Vesperia. I never did play Vesperia. Well, I never played anything other than Symphonia and Fantasia. So Berseria and Tales of the Abyss and some of those other ones.
Right. If there's ever a time you can't whisper,
Yeah, it doesn't... Yeah.
Please don't hesitate to inform me.
And I'm trying not to talk over it too much. I know I am. I'm probably being insufferable to some people who are more interested in the story, but yeah, I'm with you, Crane. I'm with you.
Provide food, even if I must convince the staff.
It's a bit much. And you know, visual novel is one thing. If this were doing like the visual novel approach where you had like some input versus just clicking along to
I'm
move the thing
trying to
ahead.
have an appetite. And even if I were hungry, I can be patient.
We can't have
Doggy
that.
with knife, hell
You
yeah.
are the only magic user in the world who can enter.
Berseria's good.
my lady.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't think of a Tales of game. I know it's obnoxious for me to say Tales of, but the Tales series. I can't think of any of those that have been received poorly. There probably have been some less than great entries in the bunch, but I can't think of any that were like, oh, that was a bad one.
I couldn't possibly ask you to endure such a thing.
That may be true, but I'm sure the other librarians are hungry too.
As long as it has subtitles, yeah.
You mustn't think that way. You are the only one who can engage in this kind of work.
Like, I try not to in general. I try not to talk over cutscenes or dialogue stuff just in general. And, you know, it happens, obviously, and I try to minimize it when I can. At least, like Elgaso said, at least in this case, we have subtitles, so it's not a huge issue. I assume these are human voice actors and actresses. I assume these are human people that we're hearing. If it was AI voiceover, I would be shitting all over this, and I don't think it is.
Even if you were to be a bit
Like, I think it's a human person.
I'm certain the others wouldn't mind.
We are in this modern era where it's hard to tell sometimes. You know, these more indie companies trying to cut corners with the budget.
Well, you seem to
A new
be
character,
energy.
full of energy.
Hey, Davina, could you at least knock?
Hold on, does she have cat ears? What do you guys think? Is it like yeah, what do you think? What do you think? Show of hands. Is it like weird hairstyle? Like quirky hairstyle, or like quirky headpiece? Like headwear, or kitty cat ears? Cat anime lady, cat anime waifu confirmed.
I don't believe I've ever knocked.
Cat girl confirmed. You're right, Crane. That's a good point. Some visual novels don't have like user input necessarily, or not as much. Not like a choose your own adventure.
Anyway, it seems you succeeded.
Bunny ears? I was thinking kitty cat, but maybe. It's like, it's this right here. It's that right there. It's like, or like fox ears. Right there, right there. Yeah, the little indentation.
Huh? What's wrong?
More subversive if it was just a hairstyle. That would subvert my expectations. I would almost prefer it that way.
Praise me? I did. The sharp-tongued and cold.
Exactly, Ogasso, exactly. I'd kind of be down for that.
I'd appreciate you not giving me strange descriptors.
The gamer girl headset, you know what? I kind of love those, honestly. I kind of love those. I have no idea if they're any good, if like the audio quality is good or bad.
Others and acts better than everyone?
The kitty cat gamer girl headset headphones are kind of fun.
It isn't an act. I am better. Besides, I've praised people before. Especially you.
We're still going, by the way.
One who's capable of using
Goddamn.
magic that I cannot.
Still going.
Lester, Davina's acting weird today. She must be plotting
Oh,
something.
Trev, that's a good idea too. Yeah, just get the 3D printed little clippies.
Don't be rude.
I should have mentioned that to Gracie. Gracie actually got a 3D printer
Expressing
about 2 weeks ago. She loves it. She's been going like fucking super hard, like super deep in like watching tutorials and like learning all about how to do it.
Are
She's
we
loving it.
talking
She's
about the
really
same
enjoying it.
Davina? There's absolutely no way.
She, of course, has been artsy and crafty since forever. Obviously, since even before I knew her. Much less before we got married. But it's been a while since I've seen her like take to like a new kind of crafty thing. The way she's taking the 3D printing stuff, she's really like taken to it and really enjoying it. I love that it brings her so much joy.
But, oh well, I came to discuss a different topic.
So to your point, Trev, I should mention that too. It's like, hey, you know, if you want the kitty cat ears on your headphones, you have to buy a whole new set. Just get the clippies. Get the clippies and you're all set. Very kawaii.
There really is something going on. What is it this time?
The beak things and Kenshi, dude. That was such a fun stream. We gotta get back to that shit, man. That was fun.
How's that? I can't satiate your hunger, but your magic
My
power
hunger.
should be restored.
Add it for me. Well, the problem is I don't use headphones when I stream. I just have desktop speakers. Unless you just mean just cat ears, just in general. Just not even headphones. Just a little where they're on the top. Kawaii. Kawaii dezu.
And from now on,
A second penis.
capable of restoring your own magic instead.
Oh, Gasso, bold of you to imply that there's enough there to count as a first penis. Come on, bro. 3D print yourself a primary penis, a penis prime, if you will.
I was always able to do that, though. The healing power of your own codex can't compare to the healing power of water magic.
Now, to somebody that might be surprising to say, whoa. Then how were you able to bag Gracie? Clearly, it was my stunning personality. My
Though you
dazzling
might have a
personality.
spell to restore your power that I just used.
And my head game. But otherwise.
No codex for it. Even if there was, it would be difficult to grasp. It's impossible even for me, the demon.
I'm fucking doing it. I'm fucking doing it, baby.
words.
That's good. That's good. Also clocking me correctly, knowing that Sweetie is my go-to pet name for her. That is exactly... Whoops. That is my go-to. It's true. It is true. Copy. Making copies. Oh, is it being weird? I'll type it. That's fine. The link sometimes works well. Other times it's silly. This is one such instance. Sweetie, could you please 3D print me? Not paint, print. 3D paint me? 3D print me. Second penis. Question mark. All right. All right, and right under Sydney. Right under Sydney, it has been sent. There it is. Of course, she is very much sound asleep right now. So, as always, the general caveat is that she might not see that until tomorrow.
In that sense, it may be similar to your own magic. It can only be described as an ability you were born with, after all.
Use the shiwi while sitting. You mean use the shiwi while pissing? Well, wait, hold on. Because I thought the whole point of a shiwi was so you could stand and deliver while peeing.
I guess so. Even if you asked me to write down the magic that lets me enter codices, I wouldn't even know what to write.
I gave that shit away once for... Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'll make sense of it one day.
I'm not exactly a man of mystery, am I?
Oh.
Really?
I may think I have hidden cards in my deck.
Yes, so don't overexert yourself, Ariana. Now or hereafter.
But I'm not the smooth, subtle man I think I sometimes am.
About me.
Tress says, no, Ox. The point is, the hardware is so compromised. Sitting isn't enough. There's additional mechanisms in place
Of course.
to assist even while sitting.
Humans who can use magic in a world where it's disappeared are...
Sorry, man. I can only piss if I'm sitting down and I'm fully naked and I'm blasting I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world at minimum 3,000 decibels. Decibels. At minimum. And I will only wipe with the pink toilet paper you can buy from IKEA. Like, one roll at a time. I'm pretty sure you can't buy them, like, in 12 packs or 3 packs or 6 packs. I think you have to buy them, like, individually, one roll at a time. It's expensive quickly, let me tell you.
Sample?
And boy, were my neighbors not a fan of me back when I lived in that condo years ago. And the apartment before then, whoo, buddy. Let me tell you.
Is that why you looked after me when my parents left and created Vester to take care of me? You've just been watching over me since I was a child like you were observing some kind of exotic animal?
The band retire. The band that did I'm a Barbie Girl? I don't know, actually. Maybe.
Please,
I'm not familiar with that band.
my lady. Miss Davina is simply joking as she...
Crane says, hey, man, no king shaming here. Do what you do, man. Oh, gosh, so you're probably going to beat me to this, aren't you? You know what I'm doing. It's a matter of who's going to do it first. Augusta knows the way to my heart. And by heart, I mean quote system.
Isn't that right, Miss Davina?
Yep. Yep, amazing. Yeah, pink toilet paper, yeah. The reason I know this exists, by the way, the reason I know about the pink toilet paper is that our friends Helen and Aaron, you see Game and Browse in the chat sometimes, that's Aaron. Our friends Helen and Aaron have a really cool house, and they do a great job of hosting fun parties. And Helen is a enormous Hello Kitty fan. Huge Hello Kitty fan. And one of their bathrooms is Hello Kitty themed. It's delightful. It's delightful, and it's so pink, and it's so fun, and it's so, like, they go all in. They got a Hello Kitty mirror on the wall. Some of you might think, oh, it sounds like too much. Like, it sounds silly, but honestly, it's so fun. It's so fun. And you just can't help but smile when you see it. They embraced it fully, and they did it so well. It's wonderful. And what they will do when they're hosting parties is they will adorn the toilet paper roll with pink toilet paper. And I asked her about that one time. I was like, where do you get this? She said you have to buy it from IKEA, and you can only buy it once per roll. And she says normally when it's just the two of them, when they're just chilling, just a normal day or a normal week, they just have regular toilet paper there. But if they're hosting for a party or hosting friends, they'll switch it out with the good stuff and switch it up with the pink toilet paper, so that way it's like fully on brand. And the joke that came from that is, the whole thing where it's like, honey, set up the fine china, we're gonna have guests over for dinner. Instead, it's, honey, bring out the fine toilet paper, bring out the good toilet paper, we're having guests over. So there you go. Guests, guest presenting toilet paper.
It's true that you're an interesting, gifted person.
Yeah, Aqua. I think you're right, Mick. I think that is the name of the band, or the name of the artist, I guess.
But calling you a sample was going too far. I've never thought of you as a lab rat. And you
So maybe, is Aqua retired? Maybe, yeah.
I feel it's my natural duty to watch over you and your growth.
You're gonna watch my growth? Lady, this is a little weird. I'm gonna have to talk to Gracie about this.
Lost friends. You're talking about my
But also, based on the aforementioned discussion we just had, this might be tricky for you. I might need to lay down some ground rules for this.
If there were, I would have...
Yeah, music thing, that's right.
them down.
Want to see the Hello Kitty bathroom? They got a really cool place, and they've got a lot of like cool, like fun themed things around their place. But the Hello Kitty bathroom is like, it's incredible. It is just incredible.
Oh, are you giving up?
I want to have enough money to have guest toilet paper. That's right.
Of course not.
Smart man, smart man.
Find them, then I
There will be signs.
by becoming a greater magician than you.
Excuse me. Do you think she's going to be a villain eventually? And scene. 2 days later. Maybe we're not done. Maybe there's more. Nope, just kidding. We gotta speak with Catio Lady again. Alright, we're not done yet, baby. But we're gonna learn about the new magic we just got from beating that previous boss. Right, friends, let's get back to it. So we did have a GPU driver issue that caused the game to crash, and also caused OBS to poop out and poop back in. We might have to do the boss battle again, which is fine. It was a pretty easy boss battle, so I'm not bothered to do it again. Can I skip the cutscene? Skip text. Right trigger. There we go. Cutscenes and dialogues, we can skip those. Skip. We'll do the boss battle. We'll skip past the other stuff too. We had, of course, a pretty long diatribe of cutscenes and stuff. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we just do the repair. Okay, so so it did save the boss battle finished. I'm wrong. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Because yeah, the fact that there are maybe not manual saves, but saves, designated save points. I don't think there are auto saves in the traditional sense. I've beat this boss once, I can do it again. Ow. I say it right before I instantly eat shit. All fire. Actually, we'll do some combos of other things. Get fired, idiot. I'm firing you from your job, lady. Ow. Comes the second phase pretty soon here. Ow. Second phase. Oh, his only paint. Okay. Yeah, for some reason I thought that like the whole thing was like he had done some paintings. It just hadn't been widely regarded and wasn't like, oh yeah, like, well, you know, what's your job or what's your trade? He wouldn't have said, oh, I'm a painter. He would have said like, I'm a, you know, which whatever he did, whatever his job was, I guess. But yeah, the fact that that was his only painting, yeah, means that he had a, you know, very much an unrealized talent, maybe not unrealized, but an underutilized talent. Dude was clearly good. And it's a shame he died before he could really, you know, put that to proper use. That's a shame. Programmer, ugh, the most cringiest of career paths, man. I'll tell you, man, the worst fucking people become software developers, become programmers, man. The fucking worst. Alex, didn't you say that you work as a... All right. Did I stutter? The worst. The worst. Skipping. Time for mega skips. Big skip.
Ariana,
Yeah.
wait.
Oh,
I'm no
skip event?
but I
Yes.
am capable.
Even better. Skip this one too.
What? I don't really. I still have a job to do.
Excuse me. I was saying I'm trying not to be gross, and yet.
Got it.
And yet here I am being gross and sneezing and coughing and shitting and pissing everywhere.
I, the librarian Ariana Virez, command
We've
you
done the
to
sequence once
repair
before, we're just gonna skip
Story
and past
to
it.
its original form.
Crate says gesund, but they leave out the tight because Crate knows they've heard about my slutty college years. Ain't nothing tight here. Gesund, but not tight? Come on. Come
There
on.
once
You've heard
was
about my
a
illustrious
who
past.
lost everything in war.
You heard about my 20s. You've heard the stories. You've seen the Pornhub videos. You've seen the holes get stretched. Oh, it's Yiddish. I did not know that. Did not know that. I think it's good, though. Your secret's safe with me, Crane.
Ariana,
I got you, homie. I got you. Am I doing okay? Oh, no. I'm actually, this is the best I've felt in, like, almost a week. I've been sick
why
for...
are you sleeping in a place?
I first... Oh, here we go. Can I skip this one? Not yet. So I first got sick, like, late Monday. Monday going into Tuesday was when it all started. I've had some kind of virus. Some kind of weird fucking annoying-ass virus. Started Tuesday, or I guess Monday going into Tuesday.
So tired.
Had a real shit-ass sore throat. Fucking miserable sore throat. The kind of sore throat where it, like, hurts to swallow. And I was worried that it was, like, strep throat. I was like, oh, fuck, is this gonna be, like, something bad? And it wasn't. It was, there was no fever. Nothing like that. But it was just a sore throat. And then, like 2 days later, the sore throat goes away, and it's replaced with drainage. Just snot. I'm just a fucking snot monster. I'm just a constant snot monster. And then, like, and that went on for about 2 days. And now here we are 2 days after that. And now there's still snot for sure, but not as much. And, like, now there's, like, a decent bit of coughing. And a decent bit of, like coughing up phlegm specifically. And, like, there's, like, stuff in like, the lungulars that you're larking up. So, and with each phase, I've, like, felt generally better. When I had the sore throat, I felt like shit. When I had the leaky nose, I felt a lot better. And right now, with, like, the chest cold part and, like, coughing stuff up, I feel almost like, I like, energy-wise, like, I'm feeling perfectly fine. The only downside is I look gross because I'm fucking got snot coming out. And I'm, like, coughing every so often. Like, last night, I, like, streamed... We did the Dwarf Fortress stream last night and had a fun time, but near the end of the stream, I was like, ooh, like I was starting to kind of fade a little bit. I was getting low energy level wise. But tonight it's like, no, I feel really good. I feel really good. And my voice is not struggling nearly as much as I thought it would. Because, like, sometimes when you're kind of sick, like, you know, things are just a little bit diminished, but, like, no, I feel, like, very capable. I'm not going to push it, obviously. I'm not going to go all night, but I feel a lot better. But yeah, I definitely sound like a grody little snot monster. Grody little goober. Don't forget to tip your waitress. That's right. That's right. Oh, there was probably more text than I was supposed to read. What I'm curious about is, do we have their water magic yet? And the answer might be not yet. Go to the desk.
Just a short break.
Oh, here we go. Maybe this is what we're looking for. Library map. Gotta go over here first. Okay. So that's one of the 7 ones, right? The water peeps. All right, so I will. Oh boy, there's a lot of these. Okay, I'm not gonna read all this on stream. I see the little circle thing that says, "Oh, you haven't read this. You haven't engaged with this yet." It's like, this is a lot. And what's unfortunate, like we were saying earlier, if you were to just, like, click through all of the dialogue in that like cutscene we skip past just now. The first time through, I was like trying to listen to some of the dialogue, and I wouldn't like click to the next dialogue right after the first one ended. There were some of those sequences that were maybe not super efficiently progressed through. It was a little bit slow in the uptake on some of those. So as a result, it took us like 15 minutes to go through that whole sequence. So we'll say if you're auto-playing it and you're just skipping and you're like concluding each dialogue right after the voice acting ends, it probably takes like 12 minutes to get through that whole thing. So you get like a whole 12-minute long dialogue sequence with dialogue that is admittedly not the most engaged and not the most exciting. And then when that ends, you get this personal bookshelf and you can read more lore. And more lore and more lore. It's like, oh man, you're really hitting the gamer. You're really hitting the player with a lot of exposition and a lot of telling you things are important without demonstrating, without showing things are important. Now I say showing, event viewer, can I show? Can I look? Are these things like that are worth seeing? Or
Ariana.
oh no, is this the thing we did earlier? Oh no. Oh no!
What?
Skip. And the good news is this was a quick one to get through.
I apologize.
Skip. I thought maybe there was something fancy. No, so that is not it. That is not something fancy at all.
I'm so tired.
Yep.
My lady. Oh, very.
So anyway, so it's a bit unfortunate how
My lady.
long-winded some of this has been. And then they throw more at you. I mean, the good news, of course, is that you can skip past
What to
the event viewer. You can skip past the personal bookshelf, which I will, obviously. Save right now. I was hoping there'd be something else kind of cool here on the desk, like something for like leveling up or something. Now this at least looks nice. I do like the presentation of this little area. Can I like zoom out? Can I see like more of the area? I don't think I can actually. Can zoom out in the main overworld, but not the sequence here. Info dump all over us, man. Just dumping all over us, all over our brains. So we'll be coming back here every so often. Okay. Need to talk with Divina to help us learn the new magic then, because we got that water magic, I think. I wonder if you can switch on the fly, if you can only do it in the little crafting stations. That's what I'm wondering. I say I was still a snot monster, it's true. It's true, I'm still a snot monster, through and through, baby. Not as much of one as I was yesterday, but still there. Still gross. Yes, my private room. No, that's our own bedroom. Whomst are you? Janitor my.
you?
My janitor. Don't forget to tip your waitress and your janitor. That's right. You ever do the thing where like you blow your nose and stuff comes out, so you go, okay, I'll keep blowing. I'll just keep blowing. When you nut, but she keeps blowing. So it's like, all right, I'll just keep blowing my nose. And like more stuff continues to come out. You go, all right, I'll keep going. And more continues to come out. You're like, where is this coming from? Like, is there is inside my nose, is there a faucet that's just like left on? It's like, bro, someone needs to close that thing, man. Sprung a leak. Where's my brain? Is my brain leaking? Is my brain just like a fucking soup right now? Like the inside of my head. If you could do like an X-ray, like a zoom into my inside my head right now, what's inside there? And it's just a like a flooded soup goop mess. That's how it be, man. That's how it be. Fucking gross. But it means that whatever, it's like yes, get it the fuck out. That's like expel whatever this is. Get it the fuck out of there, man. I don't want it. I don't want it because it means my body's saying, get that shit out of here, because that's all the grossness, the sicky grossness. Remove it, please. What was that when Will said, the height? Ah, you're right. I read it, but saying it out loud, now I get it. Now I get it, Whale. Get a neti pot. I've heard mixed things about neti pots. I know some people swear by them. I've heard other people say it can make some things worse. So no, I've never used one, but maybe in some cases I can help. I don't know. I know some people love them, or at least some people say they're helpful. Maybe not love them, but you know what I mean. It's a little like right, yeah. Exactly, like different colors, right? Different colors, different textures. Gotta get a taste for it, Farsight. That's right. Right, Farsight. I got you, Farsight. He means a taste, full inspection. Inspect it to make sure there's nothing wrong with it. That's what he means. What he means is give it a tasteful analysis. Smart. That's right. Exactly. I read your mind, Farsight. I got you, baby. If no one else got me, brother, if no one else got you, Super Hava got you. Yeah, Crane likes theirs. That's good. That's good. The Hero Bookshelf. Oh, even more. Oh, man. Even more. So the Codex of Waters we just got just now. A lot more to read if you felt so inclined to deep dive into more of the lore. Of course, you can skip past it, obviously. It's not required, but... Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. I mean, it is a library with lots to read, as you would expect. Parsa says, that's exactly it, yes. An inebriated stepson with a deviated septum. Don't give up. Never give up. Trust your instincts. Yeah, like saline nasal sprays. Nasal sprays. I actually haven't used a nasal spray in a long time. I don't really have that bad of allergies, is the thing. And maybe that's why I haven't really messed with the neti pot stuff in general. I do get some seasonal allergies like the rest of us, but it's never like terrible. Like I know people that have seasonal allergies so bad where like it lays them out with like awful sinus pressure and headaches and shit like that. Mercifully, it's extraordinarily rare for me to have problems like that. So I'm one of the lucky ones, I think.
Thank you.
You know, this dialogue is fairly unimportant. Oh, craft 9. Okay, never mind. I was about to say this is fairly unimportant because I can skip past this, no voice acting. But yes, crafting items. Yes, I do want to do this. Yes. That is helpful. Magic items to repair the stuff. Small breath ring. It says breath. That's it. I know. A choice the matter. What an odd thing to see. This is damage from water elements. Terrain. From terrain. I guess like a fire block or like poison from those little poison pools, that kind of thing. Greatly increases. Great. How great are we talking? Say how much? Just greatly. Bigly. Attack power. Good. I like that.
We shall give it our all.
So what do I have right now as far as crafting stuff goes? I only have these 2 items, of course. Let's come back to her. Let's do her stuff last, because we might, like, get other crafting things for free. Or other like, items, rather, for free.
Yes.
This is the main hall. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. I live here. I know, ultimately, we need to go down there. I like going the wrong way first. Okay, I was gonna say, we definitely want to talk with her because she will help us learn new magic. Oh, my hunger was satisfied, all right. If you catch my drift. Every day, soup every day. The Codex of Bread. Please tell me that's real. I was gonna say, please tell me, well, rather, please tell me that's real and that I can get it in game. Nah, mine is like elements, like electricity and fire and stuff like that. Can I get the Codex of Five Guys Burgers? Just summon it at will. The Codex of Belgian Waffles. Is that so wrong? Oh, well, this is a titillating conversation, but we get to learn about doing the magic stuff pretty soon. Yes. Well, wait, no, maybe? Altered. Oh my gosh. Are you listening? I'm probably not really. I'm probably not doing the best job of listening. Yes, I want to learn about like new magic stuffs. Here we go.
Here you are.
That's what I was hoping to see. So yeah, before I blow a bunch of my resources on items that may or may not be worth it, I want to see about learning new magic stuffs. And I'm guessing, since we have the Codex for Water, we probably only have this one available to us and the neutral stuff. I see on the bottom, looks like we are leveling stuff up between the first three, I suppose. It does show some like progress being made. And of course, we have that one fire ability. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's actually more to it than meets the eye. So I'll bite. What's up here? Or what's in the default one? Stun enemies, right. Whew, more exposition. Okay. I'm just kind of skimming it. Interesting that water and fire are a compatible pair. You would think they would like cancel each other out or something. Use the enemy's same element against it. Alright, so it's not like fire is weak. Well, so I think fire is weak to water and water is weak to fire. Which is a little weird. You would expect it to be one way. You would expect water to be super effective against fire. You would expect fire to be not effective at all against water. But they are effective against each other. But water versus water and fire versus fire, that becomes less effective. Recognize which element is to be used for a given situation. Okay. Something called Form Change or Elemental Advent. That's kind of cool. Complete the 4 elemental codices. So we have the water one right now. Okay. So, these are the 3 ones we have from the start. Oh, we can level them up. I see. And also expandify them. Increase the attack range, or distance, rather. Or projectiles. That's kind of fun. Can heal SP, which we haven't seen yet. Maybe we're about to. Okay, I see the bottom of the cost. So we have 12 of the fancy fellas, but none, or not enough of the little fellers. Okay. Actually, what was that last one? Distortion. Hell attack. Oh, like a block. That's kind of neat. Barrier. That might not be a shabby thing to snag at some point. That'd be the fourth thing to snag. We've already learned these. Okay. Run high speeds. Cool. Cool. So that's the basic magic. But fire. So we have this one to unlock Flame's Breath, which would be really sick, which looks really sick. Then 2000 and 3 of those other ones. Okay, and then we have to, like, I guess, discover or learn the other spells. For water, a bunch that are available to us right now, including this one, which we already learned. The Elemental Advent, okay. It looks like these two are available too, even though we haven't learned the codices. For these other ones, we still have enough to get started on them. That's kind of cool. So let's do this. Let's say we already have a fire ability. As much as I would like to double dip into fire, I think I'll instead do is I'll get one water and maybe one wind and one earth if I can help it. Water spheres. Healing sphere, okay. Large water vortex, that sounds sick. Pretty cool. Seemed like that had a pretty big, like, wind-up. Clings to you. Oh, God. Sounds awful. Yeah, that wind-up was big. Takes a minute to get going. Think a little bit quicker, maybe. Water laser. Cool. These are kind of slow. But, you know, they said the same thing about me in middle school, and they were correct. All behind you. Oh, okay, so like when you walk around, it continues. That's kind of cool. For a brief period of time. That's kind of neat. I don't like how quick that one is, though. I would say it's between that one or the diffusion one. Does it tell you, like, how much it costs to use or, like, charge, that kind of thing? I'm guessing that one's probably fairly quick. Oh, yeah, I'll grab that one just so it's a nice quickie. That one. Alright. And then wind. Hitting blades. Okay. Vacuum waves around your own body. That's kind of cool. Ooh. I like that one. Let's do that one. Yeah. Give me that one. Give me that one. It's a little bit odd, yeah, and I'll be honest, I'm surprised that we have the ability to learn some moves from some of the codices that we don't have, or from some of the schools of magic of whose codices we don't own. But it's enough to get us started. A little column there, it's kind of neat. If that's a shield, okay. I'm more thinking about things to damage dudes that are weak to earth, or weak to wind, weak to fire, water, blah, blah, blah.
This is my new magic.
Alright. So after all that, I kind of want big fire. Yeah, I kind of want the big fire one. That's a really cool fire attack. I kind of want that one. Flame's Breath. We used to call that flamethrower where I come from, in my home country. Can I also upgrade this guy? No, I cannot. I was gonna say now I'm poor. I unlocked a lot of cool, fun things, but can't improve any of my basic skills. Right, that's the same thing here. Cool. Little butterflies, that's cute.
See you later. How can this be?
Now, there was another talk option that caught my eye. Activity record. What's that mean? Objectives to complete. Okay. So these are things I've already done. Presumably. Well, some of them are. So that gives you some more level up nuggets. More resources. For crafting or doing other cool fun things. So, yeah, only a few of them, obviously. The other codexes, including things like transmission and convergence, diffusion. We did this one, apparently. Rank A.
You tried your best.
Okay. Anything else I've already done? Not yet. What about adventure log? This one, 10,000 repair fragments. You got it.
You tried your best.
Show like your work in progress. That's kind of cool. I like when like some kind of visualization tells you how far you've gone and how far you have left to go. Kind of neat. Magic item. Yep. Seems like every in-game achievement, every Steam achievement correlates to some kind of end game reward, which I also can appreciate.
You have room
That was a
for
really
more.
lucrative one. 20,000? Big. Big money. Big money, no whammies.
See you later.
Hold on. Was there something else?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We can just go back and forth. All right. So now that I got a whole bunch more stuffs. Look at that. 32,705. Oh my goodness. Great googly moogly. Oh, it's an upgrade this guy to level 2. Bam.
Incredible.
We're definitely not wanting for level up nuggets. Now it's a question of like the limiting factor are the remnant orb things. I think that's what they were called. That's what we're slacking on. I definitely can't afford that. In fact, there's not a lot I can afford here, unfortunately. Attack distance for that first would be kind of cool. Duration of the heal would be nice. I don't think the attack distance thing too often. Monsters can't do that one. The duration can do that one. I felt so inclined. That fire one. Can I level up that fire fella? Because that fire guy's really good. Yeah. Can I level? I guess you can't level these up because I don't have the codex. I think that's the key. Is the codex is what lets you to specialize and get fancy. So I can't get fancy there, unfortunately. Now, what I'm wondering is, if I get this, do I have to equip it? I think the answer is yes. Could be kind of nifty. I mean, I guess if I'm doing my job right, I can just dash around. So I don't need to use that necessarily. I think I should go ahead and be responsible and get this one. I think I'll get this one. Because we don't have SP right now, I don't think, but we probably will soon. We just got a couple more achievements, so it's like, well... If I'm knocking out achievements, that means we have probably a thing to claim from our hard work. There it is. 500. There we go. So, the stuff we already have plenty of, but yeah.
See you later.
Alright, so I'm glad we found her. We knew that we had to find her stuff. Yeah, weak magic remnant. That's what it's called. That's what it's called. And then like the moderate magic remnants, or I guess the strong ones. And just hold the trigger button to be schmoovin'. Always be schmoovin'. And actually, yeah, so that's been pretty eaten up, I would say. Can I... Yeah, here we go. That's a basic attack. We'll leave that as is. Fire one. I want to do the big fire for that one. Yeah. There's the heal. Then for this one, I'll change that to be... we'll see. We'll do the... We'll assume we'll be fighting some water dudes pretty soon. Or rather, we just did the water. We'll be fighting some fire dudes, presumably. Can I have that there? There we go. Yeah. Now, what I'm wondering, in the bottom left... there's the thing that says, like, water. Maybe there are other ways... Look at that fire. I'm just lighting a fire in the library. Forbidden Archive. Light and shut on fire inside the library. Library of Alexandria, this shit if I'm not careful. There's the bouncy boys, and it's pretty quick. Nice rapid fire attack. They're all bouncy boys. Yeah, I'm wondering about the bottom left. There's some kind of thing I guess we probably can't do outside of combat, maybe, or outside of like the field. But yeah, there's some kind of other menu where you can access the codexes you've already found, the codices you've already found. That's what I'm assuming. Before we enter there, anything over here? Whoop.
Yes.
Oh boy. What have I done? Getting suckered into another lore dump, one of many. Yep. Oh boy. Yeah, good job. Alright, thank you. I keep going this way. That door is the big one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that door is the big one for sure. Whole bunch of stuff there. I think I'm just gonna not talk to these dudes. Ooh, that door looks important. Director's office. Oh, okay. So I'll assume that that is where we're going last. Let's go ahead and do this one real quick then. Sprint on over. They really want us to go here first. I shall oblige them. Oh, is this where we choose the next thing to gun for? When I stop moving, there's like a, it's like I'm coming to a sliding stop versus a traditional halt. I think it's the lighting. The lighting is like moving in a weird way. I think it's what that is. Oh, it's exit out. Okay, so I had to guess then.
I
Firm.
wonder what's next.
Okay, so this jumps us in? Is the idea? Okay. Sure if there was more to it. I don't know if it's bad that I did this without going to the director's office, or maybe it was locked, hard to say. But to me, this seems like the sensible step up, where we did the difficulty 1 dungeon with no problem, onto the difficulty 2 one. Now I wonder, the previous zone we saw those what looked to be like cracked blocks, like breakable cracked blocks. We of course couldn't break them earlier with the stuff that we had at the time. We of course gained a bunch of new abilities, one of which is an earth ability. I wonder if that earth ability can be used to open those destructible blocks. And if the answer is no, maybe we'll get that by beating this boss. Actually, no, I think this is the wind area, isn't it? There we are. I think it was the wind one that I selected. And if that's the case, as cool as that fire one is, as nifty as the water one is, I should probably select the earth fellow. The wind is what we're doing right now. Should be ready to use that, because presumably that means that the earth dudes are weak to wind attacks and wind dudes are weak to earth attacks. Yep, zoom out a little bit. And again, this is a difficulty 2. Electric Boogaloo. What, wrong button. Wrong button. Yep. Actually, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these are I fucking launch his ass. Maybe these are Earth fellas. I think it'll say somewhere. If they're yellow. Yeah, they're on fire. Okay, that was I think that was, yeah, that's their earth attack. Alright, so I got it mixed up. I think these are earth boys, and I should be doing wind attacks. Teleport, that's illegal. Sure, that's illegal. So can I just light your ass on fire? And stun him. Like that, exactly. Now I can knock him upwards. I've always wanted to knock this guy up, so I've always wanted, ouch.
Better.
He's out. Over here casting spells being extremely cringe. Go and fire a little bit. Good for you, I promise. Builds character. So, lesson learned. I selected the wrong thing. Let's go back to this one. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that one there. And this other one will be... yeah, the fire one. The default... Oh, okay. So now it's like a dash attack. Okay, that was what I got, yeah. And it lasts for a while. Mikey boys. Hold on. Think over here? Nah, not that kind of Metroidvania. Yeah, these guys are hella weak to this. They are hella weak to this. So yeah, that is exactly what this is. This is Earth times, and we are fucking them up accordingly. That reveal a tear to repair? It did. So can I slurp these up? Whoa! Can't go any further than this. We can push the block until the cows come home. Can I just use this to get my ass back over there? Right. The dash attack thing is kind of neat. It's a little bit weird at first, but I think I'm getting the hang of it. Oh, we're off just in time. I could see it being a little bit weird to use in certain situations. I think a more traditional, like, projectile, because it's basically a melee attack. Some kind of projectile attack would probably be nice.
Got it. Here we go.
Oh, almost. Shit. Get him, yep. Yeah, so it's not that it's necessarily doing a ton of damage on its own. It's more that it is capitalizing on the weaknesses.
That's better.
This is kind of what I was talking about, where you get to that flying guy, I have to, like, take some questionable measures. Oh, speaking of questionable things, ouch, that hurt. Might have to just dispense the fanciness and just go with, like, just with good old-fashioned just fuck him up. Ow.
Here we go.
There we go. I got him right where I wanted. Only a B rating for this one. That's fine. Yeah, I should get more wind attacks to do that one quicker.
Repair complete.
Yeah, Codex of Earth. I need to do the wind stuff before I can get the Earth stuff done proper. It's almost like a Mega Man situation where the order in which you beat things might dictate where you go next. And maybe what I should have done, since I have like a bunch of water moves available to me, I should have gone for the fire realm next, even though fire was like difficulty 3 or 4. Maybe that's how I should have done it. And of course we could leave and like go purchase other things, but we need more of these guys. More of these guys to be able to afford other cool abilities. We're just gonna roll with what we got right now. It's enough to be dangerous, as they say. This should be available further to the right, I do believe. Is this open? It is open.
That's better.
Heal, by the way. Yeah, we took some pretty good damage over there. Pretty good dammy dams.
Here we go. That's better.
This is a tricky situation because yeah, if I dash, I risk just going right over the little barriers. So, yeah, so this is an instance, unfortunately, where that dash attack is not always the smartliest choice. Ouch. Not always the bestest of choices. Whoa, shit. Still pretty good. But yeah, anything that's all melee like that has that risk of sliding you into danger. The danger zone.
Better.
I don't know if there's any punishment to just leaving prematurely and come back later. Say he'll explode. Good damage. What's this thing? But a little bit clunky using this as the dash as an attack. That is. There's some clunk factor. What's oh you smack it? Yeah, smack it. Yeah, there it is. For these guys, it's not so bad. For the bigger guys, it's a little bit trickier. A lot of experience, if nothing else. That before I push that off the edge and commit to something I don't know what I'm getting myself into. Oh, but look at that. It gets stopped right here, so we can't push it any further anyway. I really am grateful that we could just make this jump and just go like, burp, and just kind of teleport up.
Here we go.
Melee. All melee. There we go. There we go, man. Sounds good, Crane. Thanks for hanging out, man. Always a pleasure getting to hear from you. Appreciate you popping and chilling with us and shit posting along with us. All the goofy goober nonsense we get up to here. Appreciate you, bud. That thing in the background. Yeah, it's truly in the background. I thought maybe it was something special. What's this down here? Oh, there's like something I can collect, kind of, sorta. Maybe makes more sense if you had like some kind of air dash, and or like a double jump maybe. Ooh, baby.
I wonder what's next.
Say put some fire down. And fuck him up. There we go. Good damage, good damage. Do a little heal action.
Here we go.
More fire. I do like you can use that in midair, and the fire kind of drops down, because that's actually very useful for fucking up the like spellcaster fellows, like this guy. Dudes that are all floaty and fancy, they think they're so cool. And it's kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. Ow. Oh god, wrong button. Oh god, I'm getting fucked up. And not the good kind. Level up! Hell yeah. Gaming.
That's better. Here we go.
Can I light his ass on fire? I can, but I can't, like, punish in the traditional sense. Get down here, bro. I can't actually attack you, bro. Come on, man. You're being cringe. A little bit clunky trying to get this guy with the setup that I have right now. There we go. We got him. That's probably the last rank, or last round, rather. Another B ranking. Not my best performance. That's okay. Not my finest performance. They can't tell me singers. That's okay. Looks like I gotta grab one thing. By the way, Bonnie the dog is down here with me, and she's at my feet. It's very cute. Right, sweet girl, you're being a good doggy. That's right. Yeah, it's not very often. It's not very often that Bonnie comes down to hang out with me. Usually she just kind of waits upstairs and just kind of chills. But sometimes if she like really wants a buddy, like if it's rainy, it's been kind of rainy all day. So if she really wants a buddy, she'll like come down and hang with me, which is always very sweet. She's like right under the desk, right in my footsies, being a good little doggy, right, sweet girl? Right, Bonnie the dog. Good girl. Good puppers. All right, so yeah, so we're definitely feeling the uptick in difficulty for sure. My original thought was, since I wasn't sure what the next level was going to be, if it was going to be themed around one element, or if it was going to be a mix of elemental representation. Wasn't sure what to expect, but it seems like each area is themed around one element, as you would expect. At least for the time being. The wind one has wind enemies, the earth area will have earth enemies, etc., etc. And knowing that, what I should have done is, since I have all this cool water stuff available to me, I should have just bought a bunch of water abilities and gone into the fire area, and probably just even though that it's a couple difficulties higher than we just did, we could probably use just a multitude of water stuff to kind of carry us, honestly. So because I've kind of put myself in a weird situation where I don't have a great loadout to deal with a ton, at least, of the earth enemies in this area, it means I've kind of made things tricky for myself, but I think we can still do it. I just wish I would have known what I know now going into this. That includes also the water ability that I have in my nose right now, which is to say all the gunk that I'm spraying out of it by blowing my nose. If I could use that as a means for attacking bad guys, then we'd really be in business. Also in the bottom left, still no indication of what the D-pad does. I see we have the water thingy. D-pad doesn't do anything right now, but maybe that's something we have yet to unlock, perhaps. Could be more where that came from. Can't get those guys. Go ahead and nudge this down. Little nudge. Up the ledge there, which is nice. A weak fella. Can I use this? Get the dudes that are up here. It's, oh, maybe not. Yeah. Unless there's some kind of way to like launch it, but no, like it does. Yeah. Yeah, there was the dudes up there. It almost seems like they're like leading you somewhere, maybe. Like a little blue gem fellow that's kind of disappearing a little bit into the wall. Maybe there's like a false wall to go through. Metroidvanias, of course, have usually at least a good amount of like bonus areas and hidden things, hidden agendas. Whoop. Bam. Yeah, so we earlier, when you fought that big shield guy, it took a good like 30 seconds to take his ass down. If I just spam that melee attack, it makes short work of him. Short work of him. Also invisible walls. Look at that, invisible walls. Which I'm not bothered by. It would probably be an endless pit otherwise. I would have died like a fool. Like a chump ass fool. Looking like a fool with my pants on the ground. Can't be having that. Make that jump. Whoop. Yes, but yeah, nothing over here. Again, probably for the best that I don't out of balance myself. Game protecting me from my own worst habits. Oh, get exploded, idiot. Smack. And the damage is legit good, especially when it like really pops with that that elemental explosion. Ouch.
That's better.
Can I squeak over? No, I cannot. Ow. Gotta come around. I'm always happy to come around. Ow. I do like how there's no real punishment for mixing and matching. Elemental damage, that kind of thing. Ow. Yeah, get down to my level so I can fuck you up real quick, please. Thank you. Please and thank you. It's not like, yeah, using fire resets the counter. It's almost like a separate counter. As far as loading up that elemental burst meter. And drop down there. Yeah. Said make a little shortcut. There we go. And then what's down this way? Will this be another familiar spot? Maybe this will lead to that bonus kind of raise area we couldn't reach earlier. We'll take that. Also a heal, because I'm taking more damage than I can be able to notice.
That's better. Here we go.
I just spam it. Kill him real quick. This guy's actually pretty tanky, but he's dead. Not tanky enough for his ass. There he spawns in. So we're kind of seeing the loop. You know, you either find the tears organically, or you kill enough bad guys to spawn the tears. Out of curiosity, can zoom in? That's where we are right now. And I don't suppose there's any indication that there's a treasure chest here, is there? If I like drop back down, so I'm far enough away on the map. Yes, there's no indication. Can I leave a note? Can I leave like an icon, like mark the map in some way? I don't think I can. Confirm we can get back to the library if we wanted to. But yeah, I don't see anything about like mark on the map. This thing, now the nice thing is that there is a little grayed out part. It seems to imply there's a path leading up. So future me could see that and knows there's something we have not fully completed there yet. Here we go.
I wonder what's next. Wind.
Bam. And get the fire. Whoa! Fire's just bonus. That's just bonus spice.
Wind. Got it.
Explosion? There we go. Yeah, explosion, just like that. Just like Grandma used to make. Grandma made the best elemental explosions back in the day. The best. The best! Ooh, get fucked, idiot. Love that for us. If I can get the floating guys quickly. We get it? A rank? Locked in? Yeah, locked and loaded, baby. Good shit. Good A rank. And if we wanted to replay the previous ones to get a better rank, we could eventually.
Repair complete.
Good. 12%. So yeah, the water area was a lot shorter by comparison. By this point, we were like a third of the way through. This one, we're not even like 15% through. What's this? Got a lore drop about deity of the mountain. Yep, I read the whole thing. Read it all. I'm just that fast. Fastest readers I am as I am fast in bed. It's true. Except I'm not fast in bed right now. I'm actually awake. Fast in bed would mean I would, you know, like fast asleep. Grab that yellow fella. Secret? Oh, it is. It is a secret. I can drop down. Oh, shnikes.
Got it.
Nice. Wrong boy. Does show that there are indeed hidden paths. I hate to say this. I don't say this with like any malice in my heart. I have no hate in my heart. But I cannot but notice, like, I feel like the character animations are like pretty solid. Like pretty solid overall. The character designs also pretty solid. But like the textures on the walls and the textures on like the floors, and I think the background looks okay, but like this right here where it just kind of cuts off, like no like real shading or no blending really. And I don't know, like you look at the wall to the left and the rock we're standing on, I don't want to be like, oh man, this is amateur hour, but this looks like something I could have done in MS Paint. Like, you know, this floor texture here. I don't know. I don't mean to like, it's an indie game. Let's be real. It's an indie game, smaller budget, smaller development team. That's just how it goes. There are aspects of the what's tricky is that there are aspects of the presentation I think look quite nice and work really well. Again, I think the animations flow really nicely. The magic effects I think look pretty cool. I think that looks really good. Fire like looks pretty cool. So it's weird to me that certain parts of the game I think actually look really good and are very attractive and very appealing. And then you look at these like floor textures and you go, oh, this is like, I don't know, just it kind of pales in comparison in some ways. It's a little surprising. Rest point.
That's better.
We'll save. Oh, can I buy some stuff?
Divina.
As if I can buy some stuff without traveling all the way back, I would consider exactly that. And also craft stuff too. That's actually nice too. If I wanted to do crafting, that's neat. Minimum word count. Yeah, the cutscenes are long in the tooth. The dialogue sequences, and you can skip them entirely. You can just press the skip button and say fuck all this and be rid of it. The downside, of course, if you do that, then you know inevitably you're going to be clueless as to what's happening in the story. So, I mean, and maybe that's fine. You know, some people truly will give no shits about the story. I'm becoming one of those people with this game in particular. But I feel like I'm trying to do my due diligence and not just skip things, because there might be someone that maybe happens upon the YouTube upload and is curious about the story, or like missed a cutscene or when they played it or something. I don't know. Like I tell myself that having it be viewed at least briefly just for the sake of brevity is not a bad thing. But yeah, I'm with you, Trev. It's a bit much. It is indeed a bit much. All right, this is the one we didn't take. That I can definitely afford now, very easily even.
This is my new magic.
In fact, I can so easily afford a bunch of those other ones. I might snag. Okay, maybe not that one. Already have that one and that one. Actually, I guess that was the exception. Yeah, that was the exception. Okay.
See you later.
Haven't found any other magic items yet. So, yeah, maybe I would do this one instead. The air dash is neat. And you know what? I would do this. I would switch and say, just give me both. That way I can have both. Both the air dash, the melee attack and the ranged attack. And the ranged attack is still fairly close range. But yeah, I think that's reasonable. Did I save? I think I saved it. I'll save one more time just because we did some adjustments to our build. That's pretty cool. It's pretty quick too. Recharges pretty quickly. So you could pop one of those. Use that as well. Kind of spam together. Yeah, so you could build off that pretty well. Pretty dang well. Pretty gosh darn well. Probably not the big one, but it might be it might be like a mini boss. Oh, or a cutscene. The future's now, old man. I like to think that old man was just like going, "Arr, arr," just old man noises. We never saw any dialogue from him. Just ellipses, exclamation point. I'm the mountain god. You just look like some dude to me, but all right. Like some fella, some homie, some homeboy. The monster. Ah, okay. Shrine is cracked. It is cracked. Not clacked. Cracked. Yes, I can tell. I'm looking at this shrine, and yes, the cracks and degradation are so visible to me. I don't know what I'm looking at. At least it's we're clicking along here. And when you turn on autoplay, it powers through them pretty quickly. I'll say this much: I hope the devs didn't spend like hours and hours and days and weeks and months scrutinizing the dialogue in this game. I hope that the amount of dialogue in this game didn't cost them like thousands and thousands of dollars and like dozens of man hours or hundreds of man hours trying to be like, bro, we gotta really get this dialogue. We need to we need to do spell check. We need to make sure the lore is what's the word, is like consistent across the board, because people are gonna care about this lore so much. We really got to do this and do it right. I would feel really bad if the developers had spent like so many resources in like grinding that out. And again, like I have no hate in my heart. Like I'm not gonna be like, this game has like a fucking lame ass story. That's not what I'm saying. It's just I find myself not being drawn too much to it, really. You know, I know, lukewarm take, fucking room temperature take. But yeah, I don't really find myself being compelled by the story. And adding to that, exacerbating that further is the fact that the cutscenes and the dialogue is so long on the tooth that it like makes me even less interested. So it kind of does a disservice, really. So yeah, the developers at some point said like, man, we really want to like make sure we spend a lot of resources and getting this dialogue right. And because it's like so important, and people are gonna like really are gonna have like issue if this is not handled well, that the dialogue is not handled well. We like really want to make sure it's this person's lines are really scrutinized and what they're saying is good and cool. It's like, I mean, I would almost say, you know what, a lot of this could have been an email, like we were saying. Like some of these cutscenes could have been simplified. Some of these dialogue sequences could have been a little bit shorter. Some of the exposition could have been truncated a little bit. Maybe an editor needed to be brought on board to say, you know what, there's stuff we could have done without. Now here is an interesting one. Can I just hold a diagonal? Yes. Ouch. Thankfully we have the heal. It's pretty easy. Not want to be mean, yeah. I mean, you know, I feel for the fact that it's an independent developer, or a small form developer doing a fairly niche game in a very, well, I say fairly niche, while also acknowledging that Metroidvanias are a very crowded genre on Steam. So it is simultaneously niche and also has, you know, a mass, maybe not mass appeal, but like something resembling what's the word? What's the word when, like, there's probably a term. Like there's a term that I'm struggling to think of because it's late. My brain is like starting to shut down slightly. But like when there's enough of a presence of a genre on Steam or just otherwise, just in general. Critical mass. When Metroidvania, you know, when any genre starts to hit critical mass, there's like, you know, Vampire Survivors. When Vampire Survivors popped off, and suddenly you're seeing Vampire Survivor-like games all over the place. Dark Souls games, that kind of thing. Once a genre becomes really established, it gets harder to really set yourself aside from the competition. So there's things about this game I think that work really well, and there's things about this game that I think the developers have done a great job on. And there's parts about the presentation that I think is good, and parts of the way the levels flow that feels pretty cool, honestly. And some of that is kind of held up by story sequences that feel like the developers are trying to say, hey man, this is really important. Trust me, this is really important. Versus them saying, here's why this is important. Here's why you should give a shit. Here's why it's important. Here's why you should care. And you know, to that, the developers, if they were listening in, they might say, well, we do show that, you know, because there's the sequences with the sisters in the water area, and there's the sequence we're seeing right now with the rock spirit, the earth spirit rather, or no, the earth god talking to the priestess. And it's like, okay, sure, you know, that is a show versus tell, like, yes, but it's like, it's a cutscene or it's a dialogue sequence that it's still just,
That's better.
you know, NPCs just kind of talking at the viewer.
There.
It's still kind of telling. It's like there is a showing aspect, but it's still basically a tell. Basically like a, you know, an exposition without some of the extra steps. So it's... Oop. Yeah, I was hopeful that maybe there's something there. I was hopeful.
That's better. That's better. There.
Hopefully the, you know, what I say does not come off as mean-spirited. Hopefully it's not me trying to say, you know, game bad. I think game is actually good. You know, gun to my head, my favorite extreme and ridiculous hypothetical that I like to throw around, but yeah, gun to my head. What would, and you're saying, Alex, you have to choose. How do you feel about this game on Steam? You know, the first thing I would say is, could you please remove the gun? And that's, you know, that's scary. Please, you know, you're scaring my wife. That'd be the first thing I would say. But the second thing I would say is, no, I would recommend it. Recommend it on Steam. Thumbs up. Thumbs up on Steam. Hobbit and Ebert give it at least one thumb up. Maybe, do I give it 2 thumbs up? No, I would give it 1. I would give it 1 thumb up. I would give it a recommendation. I would say there are some caveats. I would say there's some things that might irk some gamers. It did not irk me too bad, honestly. I'm only mildly irked on a couple things, and overall, I like what it's doing. But yeah, the irkanizations, the things that are irksome, that are deal denters to me, could be deal breakers to others. Some of the presentation being a little bit wobbly, the narrative sequences and NPC sequences being way too long on the tooth and kind of hard to follow. The whole notion of having the levels being, at least the first several levels, themed off of an element that is pretty obvious. Like the wind area has wind bad guys, the earth area has earth bad guys, fire has fire, water has water bad guys, etc., etc. Whereas in that first level, you don't really realize you're in the water area until sometime in. You're just kind of thrown in, so it was at least not super clear to me. Is every area going to be like this, or could you be in a situation where fairly early on where you have to fight fire dudes and water dudes and earth dudes in the same level? The answer to that is, I think, yes, eventually, but for the first several levels, they were doing the elemental thing. Doing the elemental thing, which is not a bad thing, but I would have made some different purchase decisions had I realized that that's how that was going to go. Oh, let's press the wrong button, no wonder. No wonder. Oh, like you can damage them as they're still loading in, that's kind of neat. Ow. Oh god, taking damage. Ow. Oh god, taking damage. Just don't take damage, Alex, just don't do it. Just click heads, forehead. Ow.
This is rough.
I might have to play it slightly on the defensive. Just kidding. Going for melee. 'Cause I'm a fucking gamer. Hell yeah.
I
Ow.
can keep going.
I'm a gamer, I say, as I fling myself into spikes. So that was not one of those little repair challenges. That was just a fight the bad guys and survive, to which I almost failed horribly.
That's better.
But this is what I was saying earlier. There's got to be some way to break these things. Ooh, that might have been a broken bridge, by the way. I wonder. I do have this thing. Boop. Boop. Hello? Yeah, oh, can't change. What if I wait for that to end? How about now? Can change? Yes. Had to wait for that to end. So now... Ah, I thought maybe that was it. There's some kind of like other thing we need. Whether it's another elemental ability or something else, it's hard to say. Yeah, there's something we are lacking. At a core level. I mean, unless... Oh, I didn't think it was gonna be that simple. Didn't really think it'd be that easy, did you? Yeah, for a second there. I was kind of hoping it would. That's how it goes around. I'm in. Melee range. Get fucked, idiot. Stupid head. Ow. I really do appreciate, though, how that first area was pretty easy. That water area was pretty easy. And some people, when they play the game for the first time and go to that water area, they might go like, yo, this is a game for babies. Baby game, snooze, I sleep. Snooze fest. And honestly, it was kind of nice because it was just open enough to let me get my sea legs and allow me to feel like, yo, yeah, I'm kind of styling on these bad guys. I'm feeling like very, very capable right now with the moveset I'm being given. Shit that I'm pooping out of my ass. Now, like, just in general, that first area was pretty easy, and it kind of gives you the space to, yeah, like feel out the rhythm of combat. Watch for some like basic things that presumably a lot of enemies will do in this game. Oh shit. Damage, good damage. And now the second area, which is only one tick up in difficulty, is a pretty significant jump. Like, I'm definitely feeling the squeeze here. And that's after several pretty big upgrades to my own stuff. It's not like we just jumped in without any preparation. Like, you know, we leveled ourselves up, we got some new abilities, a whole bunch of new abilities. And yeah, I'm definitely, I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it. I'll get launched. There's a lot of things that this game does well. I would say I'm not surprised by the mixed result on Steam. Sometimes I think about those Steam ratings, or the Steam, maybe not even Steam ratings, but those Steam the gradings, I guess, maybe is the term. Like, how is this game graded right now on Steam? Sometimes it's mostly positive, sometimes it's very positive, sometimes it's overwhelmingly positive. And I sometimes use that as my measure for how I feel about a game. And when you go to review the game on Steam, you have the thumbs up, thumbs down. There's no middle. There's no middle option. And a lot of the times in the Steam reviews, if you read them, you'll see a review that will say like, this is positive, but I would say neutral if I could. Or this is negative, but I would say neutral if I could, and here's why. And the caveats can be illuminating. They can be very enlightening as for, like, you know, a game that might have, you know, this person might say, yeah, I have a negative reaction for this reason, but if you're the kind of gamer that doesn't mind those things, then this would be a recommendation for you. Like, for me, this was a negative one for this reason, but if that doesn't bother you, then it's a positive reaction or a positive review. For sure, I'm sure there have been people in cases like that, like Steam users who've seen a game on Steam, and they saw the negative review and they went, oh shit, but then they read it, they said, you know what, that's not a problem, I can work with this. Anyway, I say all that to say, I sometimes think about games that I play on stream, especially, in terms of not so much what I give it thumbs up, what I give it thumbs down, what rating does this deserve on Steam? Maybe deserve is a weird thing, but what rating would I expect it to have on Steam? Maybe not deserve. Deserve sounds weird. And yeah, in this one, I would say the rating I would expect this game to have would be either mixed or mostly positive. I wouldn't expect negative, and I wouldn't expect very positive. So I would say mixed or mostly positive. I think the positive rating is reserved for games that don't have a ton of reviews. So we'll say, yeah, the scale goes mostly negative. Oh, it goes overwhelmingly negative. And then mostly negative. And then mixed. And then mostly positive, then very positive, then overwhelmingly positive. So, like, that's kind of the scale there. So, like, Death by Disco, or Dead is Disco. Dead is Disco, which I played a week or so ago. And fucking love. That's one of my games of the year. No question. One of my top games of the year for sure. That game, overwhelmingly positive with no hesitation. That's an overwhelmingly positive kind of game. I love that game, and I can't wait to play more. Cairn, same thing. Overwhelmingly positive. A goddamn masterpiece. We played Dwarf Fortress last night. I would give that very positive. Because it's so esoteric and so weird at first, at least. That I would say, like, it's good for sure. And even if you've played colony managers and colony builders, colony kinds of games, and you know about Dwarf Fortress and you know its reputation precedes it, there's still really no way to prepare yourself until you start playing it. For just how weird it is, just how complicated it is, and just how hard it is to kind of get your sea legs in that game. Can't drop down. Oh wait, I can do this. There we go. Yeah, even after playing for 4 hours and doing the tutorial, I still felt like really wobbly with just like some basic stuff in that game. Which was part of it, of course, is the fact that I was coming into an existing save, playing the game for the first time in a fairly odd manner. But yeah, I would say like there's things about the game that would be a downer for some players and would take some big getting used to. And some folks might not have patience for it. But at the same time, it's such a rewarding experience. There's truly no other game like Dwarf Fortress. And I mean that positively. So it's like some of the usability quirks with that game, I think do get in the way of what could be like an incredible experience. But it's still a really, really damn good one if you have the patience for it. But not everybody will have the patience for it. Not everybody will have
I wonder what's next.
the willingness to deal with what the game's throwing at you. And that's not to say like, oh, you have to, you have to have a pretty high IQ to be able to understand Rick and Morty. That's not what I'm saying at all. Platforming challenge. I'm not trying to say like, yo, you have to be like a fucking pro gamer to be able to understand Dwarf Fortress. Definitely not it, but just, yeah, some people will do the tutorial, they'll watch a YouTube video or two and go, you know what, this is just, it's too much, man. Like it's like I love what they're doing, I love what this is about. I'm gonna stick with RimWorld, or I'm gonna stick with going medieval, or their colony manager of choice, because it's just so overwhelming. Yeah, exactly. It shows you something exactly, Miracad. It pans over to it. It shows up on the map too. I didn't actually show it, but it shows up on the map too. Like, that's really nice. That's really nice. That kind of shit grinds your gears. So Jorf was the streamer who I first saw playing this game. He was streaming it maybe a week or two ago, and I said, you know what, this game actually looks kind of sick. He was liking it. I said, you know what, I'm gonna put a review key request in. Let's see what happens. And of course, I got the key. We're streaming it right now, etc., etc. Earlier today, he was streaming Demon Tides, which we did stream earlier this year on the day it released. Demon Tides, that's a sequel to Demon Turf. And there's one point in there's a number of points in Demon Tides that are clearly referential, like referencing other games, and kind of lampooning them slightly. And there's one point in Demon Tides where Jorf, in his game, was... here we go. I was gonna say I want to get the goods. Yeah. In his game, yeah, he like hit a switch. He hit a switch, and the game was like boom, 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 boom. It gives you a little jingle, like you did the good thing. And then a message appeared that said something cool happened, but you're not sure where. And then the message goes away, and Jorf was like, "Excuse me." The game was like, "Yeah, that switch did something neat, but you don't know where it is." Like you heard the sound of a distant door opening, which I think is literally the message you get in Quake. You hit a switch, and it's like you hear the sound of a door opening somewhere. And the nice thing about Demon Tides, you have an innate ability to just press a button that will point you to the next point of interest. Not like highlighted to you, but say as the crow flies, it's that way. It doesn't tell you how far or what's next to it or what threats there are. And again, it doesn't put like a highlight or a waypoint on the map. It just says it's that way as the crow flies. So it was the game's way of saying, oh haha, other games don't do this well. By the way, we have this innate ability that kind of sidesteps that whole problem, and it works pretty well for that game. That made me happy. I'm with you, Meerkat. That is a point of annoyance too, where you hit a switch, you turn a lever, and you hear the blum 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 blum. You hear like a little jingle, and then you go, well, what happened though? Like, that was a good thing, but what do I do now with this knowledge? Yeah, tell me the direction, exactly, which is what Demon Turf does so well. You hit the button, a little arrow pops up that says, that away, and you go, cool. And you can press that button as many times as you want, so you go a distance, 5-10 seconds past, you press it again, and instead of going that way, actually it's more that way now, so you can like refine it. That is a very good solution to that problem. Some of like the graybeards will be like, oh no, it's, you know, it takes away from the exploration. I don't know, man. I don't think it's worth it. Unless the level design is impeccable. Unless the level design is just like immaculate. Mwah, chef's kiss, more delicioso. Unless it is just like Portal 1 level of level design, I just don't know if it's necessary. To like leave the player in the dark. I think giving a little nudge that says, it's that way, you'll find it, is better than something just happened. So we can finish up this dungeon, then we'll probably wrap it up here, because it's getting a little bit on the late side. Expect we're probably getting close to boss times. Dive kick, we got it. We got the ground pound. Nice. Break through certain floors. We knew this would be coming. Dive kick. Bam. Big one. So we already had a dive kick. Now we got big ground pound. Big shit. Well, not big shit. That's you get the big shit ability when you when you go through when you get the shit codex. That gives you the big shit ability. Any magic? Yeah, no new magic stuff. Magic items. Actually, I said I was gonna try to wrap this up. I think I'm gonna wrap it now. Actually, I'm getting pretty tired. I can feel myself getting pretty tired, and I can also feel that my voice is getting tired. You know, it's always a little bit tricky where you you know, you're sick. You get a cold or some kind of virus like this, and you're going through. You're trying to hydrate and suck on lozenges and other things to suck on throughout the house. You know, depending on how much people are paying me, but you know, you try to take care of things and make sure you're resting and that kind of thing. And streaming, of course, is something I love doing. It's such a fun hobby. It's something that I look forward to every single day if I'm able to. If I'm able to stream every day, I look forward to it every day. It's something I love. But you know, in the back of my mind, sometimes when I'm sick like this and I'm coughing and I'm like, ugh, and I'm dehydrated. Maybe not dehydrated, but like there's like, you know, gunk and like there's like soreness and there's inflammation. Things are swollen. Things are inflamed. Engorged, erect even. You know, I think back to a couple years ago when I had those throat polyps, right? The polyps on my larynx, laryngeal polyps, and how unpleasant that was, and I had to get surgery, and that was from overuse of my voice and not taking care of things. So whenever I can hear in my voice, like my voice is kind of, maybe not going hoarse, but I can kind of hear a tonal shift, like a textural shift in how I talk, it's like, let's call it. No need to overdo it. No need to overdo it. This ain't a marathon session. This ain't a subathon. Not that kind of stream. We can call it anytime we want. Perfectly fine. I know the uptime is misleading because it makes it seem like, whoa, Alex, hour-and-a-half stream. Baby stream for babies. Get your ass back in that chair and entertain me, motherfucker. Of course, the thing is, we, of course, had OBS crash earlier. Well, it wasn't OBS. It was my GPU drivers that crashed. But, I'll return to how it is. There was a tutorial? Oh, I guess the tutorial was the thing we did at the start. Okay, yeah. I was like, wait, was there something I missed?
Ariana and the Elder
I Anyway, yeah. So like we can take it easy. We can take it easy. I think this was about 4 hours overhaul. 4 hours of, or maybe 3.5, but like a pretty full length stream, I think. Started a little bit earlier than I typically do. I feel like lately I've been starting after 10 p.m. Central a lot of the times, but we did pretty good. Started like 9:20, 9:30, and went till almost 1:30. So that's pretty good in my book. Especially with like last night, I went to like 3. Ugh, last night was overly indulgent, and my voice was in much worse shape. My throat was in much worse shape last night. So it's like, yeah, tonight's much better, but yeah, it's like, it's a good reminder to be like, yeah, gotta take care of things, because if I push too hard, I don't want to get more polyps. I don't want to have another surge. That was a whole fucking shindig, a whole fucking mess and a half. No more of that, please. Please and thank you. Anyway, though, no, my thoughts on the game stand. It's a solid game. I see why there were people in the Steam reviews saying how, the game does some things well, but as a Metroidvania, it fails to deliver. And I would say, again, my favorite hypothetical, gun to my head, do I agree that it is an insufficient Metroidvania? In some ways, yes. In some ways, yes, because one of the key tenets of a Metroidvania is its non-linear nature. And on the one hand, there is kind of that. You have this almost Mega Man Robot Master level select, where you can do any level in any order, basically. I could have gone to the fire level, I could have gone to the wind, or the I don't know if I could have done like the convergence or like the other like non-elemental ones, but we didn't have to go to the wind one or the earth one first. It just felt like a natural choice. We didn't have to do that one first. We could have used our water abilities and gone right to the fire area next, and probably would have done pretty well, but I didn't. So that, of course, is non-linear. And the upgrades you choose, the upgrades you purchase, that is, non-linear in that sense as well. But the levels themselves are pretty linear. You go from this room to this room, and then from this room to this room, and then from this room to this room, and then after you do all those, you come back around and you fight the boss, and then you're done. Whereas, a proper Metroidvania, there may or may not be interconnected areas that might have like a predetermined path you have to explore, but there's like shortcuts, and there's extra things to unlock along the way, and there's some of that, but not as much. So as a Metroidvania, if you want a great-ass Metroidvania game, yeah, this one might come up a little bit short, but the level up part of it is really cool. The combat and like the way the magic system works is pretty cool. The variety and the abilities you get is pretty neat. Like there's things here that are neat and that are good, but yeah, I would maybe agree that as a Metroidvania, yeah, it probably does come up a little bit short. And you know me, I'm a hobbit. I don't mind things that come up short, and I think this game is still good on its own, on other merits. I would almost say, is it a Metroidvania? I would almost say it's an action platformer with some Metroidvania aspects, but calling it a Metroidvania almost sets you up for disappointment, because it kind of paints certain expectations that this game won't be able to properly fulfill. Overall good. I liked it. Yeah, the rating I would expect mixed or mostly positive. Also, I saw it doesn't have a ton of reviews on Steam. It has like, what was it, like 100? Just shy. Yeah, 99 reviews. Oh wait, no, not even. It's 54 total. I was adding up. Yeah, I see what I did. I was adding up recent with all reviews. But no, all reviews 54. It's not a ton of reviews. It's been out fully for about a month. I think it was in early access for a while beforehand. But yeah, that is, yeah. So it hasn't like, usually a measure that a game hasn't done like amazingly well as far as like selling super well. But I think there's something there. It's a solid game, and I'm glad we got to try it out. I'm grateful we got to try it out by getting a review key through Keymailer. That was nice of them. That was nice. This is a Metroidvania. Well, the problem that's the thing. I'm saying it is not a Metroid, or at least not a proper one, or an insufficient one. So I would say don't think of it as a Metroidvania. That's what I'm saying. Or if you're going to think of it as one, recognize that certain things will be unfulfilling. But yeah, let's go and wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. It's late. I'm eepy.